not gonna let your guard down? What? Why would I do that? I don't know, I figured you would think it's finally over and put your gun down long enough for me to skirt on out of here. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Is it? Or is it the smartest thing you've ever heard? No, it's definitely the stupidest thing I've ever heard. In your opinion, maybe. Hey, have I told you about my childhood yet? No, please don't. I'm already getting pretty tired over here. So it all started on my 11th birthday, right? And you know, back then, I was a pretty chunky kid in grade school. Oh. Really, bro? Right in the middle of my speech? I don't know what makes you think that because you're talking, I'm not allowed to shoot you. It just doesn't make sense to me. Bro, it took me like 3 hours to put that together. That's like half a workday. Well, maybe you should have spent that time working on your relationship. You know what I mean? Like, remember when you used to have one of those? That's the last time I used Tinder. That place is a poorhouse. Okay. Can I just at least do a quick flashback so I can come off a little more relatable and misunderstood? No, this isn't an anime. We're not wasting half the episode on your stupid background. Come on, maybe just a quick montage. No. How about a narrator voiceover starting with the words, "Little did he know"? I can be fairly certain the narrator won't be opening his mouth today. How do you know that? Because I also kidnapped his girlfriend as well. God damn it. Are you even a good guy at this point? Because your moral compass is all over the place. All right, I'm about done talking to you. This movie's gone on long enough, and the sun's at the perfect height for me to drive off into the sunset cinematically. So I'll see you in hell, all right? No, wait. Can you at least leave and assume I'm dead without checking so I can possibly come back in a later sequel for an unwanted cash grab? No, I'd rather shoot myself than make another one of these stupid ass movies.
Rocker there. It doesn't matter, folks. Full on trade, but that is a sinister shot to come out from Hound.
He just saw his thigh and then re-peeked. That is pretty insane. So now Boom with their entry gone, trying to recollect themselves while DOS9 just stays tucked away as a lurk.
Yeah, you're going to have some good initiative from Boom here and how they want to slice and dice this site.
DRX, on the other hand, just happy to stay tucked away, work with the numbers. DOS9, though, still the opportunity is there. He hears the footsteps and goes in for the spam, takes down Freeing. Plant comes in. And DOS9 strikes again. Now DRX are starting to think, I've got to watch for my back, but trying to...
Reloading. And they're off. Cutting through. Focusing.
Grounded.
Reloading.
Enemy kill. Your fault.
Go get some. Charge your ults. Destabilizing.
Apalah. Atras ya may goblok.
Trying to deny that spike plan with 10 seconds left. They continue to push up. Shiro just quickly dispatches them with that stinger of his. Bane, though, sliding through, lets him get the plant. Now for the spray. No, where is it? Shiro gets it instead with the Bulldog picked up now. And that's the bonus round picked up by Boom.
That is a bit of broken aim from Bane there, unfortunately. Yikes. The patience from Boom cannot be underestimated, and understated rather, in that round. They don't try to force the issue, getting the plant down on the side. Look at all the aggressive utility and abusive utility that it's actually coming down on there, right? So much of that damaging util that DRX are trying to throw out to make him a little bit uncomfortable on the site, but they're very patient in it, and how they're looking to just reassess the situation, how they're looking to re-get control. The lurk from DOS9 is gorgeous. So the bonus round going Boom's way will push DRX down onto an eco here.
No alarm bot in this round either, so it's going to be a little bit trickier for DRX to control the map.
And just in this eco round, for those that might be joining us, Boom are in the situation where they need to get to champs to stay in Pacific, right? They get towards playoffs. So we're talking about Boom, one of the teams that does need a lot of points. So if they're getting wins, they're getting to playoffs, they're getting opportunities to get more championship points.
What they really want is to just go for that podium finish to make their way through, but in with the flashes, Hyunmin still able to walk away with the frag. DOS9, however, will be able to trade right back. And with all that attention pulled in towards the B site, Boom then transitions back into A, where Berserks is already in place.
And this decision making from them so far that we've seen is the decisions and the coordination of a really great caliber team, right?
I do want to note though, Estrella having to swap around to these different roles. He's been
Yikes.
Focusing.
New stage in
No
10.
distraction. Kill them.
Target down.
It's you and me.
Back like I never left.
Decoy.
I'll handle this. Reloading. I got ISO.
Reloaded. Charge your arms and reset required.
Time to jump.
Enemy kill.
Requesting manual reset.
Block in sight.
Decoy. Reload.
I can't use that.
Throwing charge.
It's you and me.
Hi! I'm pissed!
Destabilizing.
Block in sight.
Nice out.
Reloading. Fake teleport.
Grounded.
Ultimate orb spawning. 5 kills remaining.
Pew pew. What's this? I gotta wait.
Decoy.
Pretty nifty thus far.
Learning curve for him, of course.
A little bit, but he's still able to step up to the plate, which is quite lovely. That said, though, it's going to be the guns for Boom that does a lot of the talking right now. However, Estrella snuck through, does find one frag. In with freeing as well, off towards the other side of screens, but that will be that. Boom, 4-0.
4-0. Now we need to see something to come out from DRX to start to make their endeavors on this defensive side look not as cold as the map. Of course, it is a different look for the team, but also compared to the last time they played on this map against Paper X, right? Paper X still trying to figure out exactly what's working for them, playing on the Waylay with Forsaken, for example, which he actually, he had a pretty decent performance on it. It wasn't the greatest Waylay performance that we've seen, but the team, Paper X, they still won the map at the end. DRX did lose after having that 9-3 half. They had an abysmal defensive side with only the one round. So if we're even seeing that from them here, I mean, you question if this map and picking it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Instead, he
from freeing in that round.
went in with the arm.
Yeah, he's done it again. This time taken down. This is awkward.
Oh.
Boom being very patient in these scenarios too as well, right?
To regroup and then come in with the utility. The Armageddon to clear out backside, the trades to really ensure that the front is very much secure. So even though a player is lost in the form of NC Slasher, they're still comfortable.
Yeah, and great utility from Shiro there as well. After the Armageddon, special delivery to hold off if there's any bodies to be a little bit sacrificial up through the rafters. In this sort of situation as well, I think DRX just know that they cannot really contend this. As a Killjoy, as a Viper, to try and get back into a site where you're at a 2-player deficit, extremely difficult.
Yeah, oh sir. It really brings to mind, kind of how the microgame is being played, especially with wanting to keep Hyunmin posted up, but not quite having the additional support to watch his flank.
No one watching the dirty angles that position is susceptible for, right? So he's just kind of immediately destroyed before there's any value of a forward defending operator to get one, get out, reset Boom. Depending on who you take out, right? It looks at a different shift on how Boom would have it now with the 6-man roster that we're feeling. It might be a little bit of the rotating variety. It kind of does give you the idea that it is the okay time to experiment a little bit, learn a little bit.
Possibly. You would imagine they still want to kind of gun for that top seed spot.
Yeah, for sure.
DRX, a team that loves to think ahead of things.
A minute left for Boom to try and establish the spike here as they've pathed up towards pipes and towards the proceedings of the A site. Still, you got to wonder if they do wait too long, what will happen, because DRX have 4 members here.
At least the salvos of the initial artillery strike will go through, but Boom quickly just sidesteps most of it. Now look at their positions as well. One up on top of 410, another one up on the site. Shiro, quick to eliminate more players trying to launch their way through. Estrella instantly downed. Of course, the
Famous
gun's not quite favoring DRX currently, but yes, Famous.
He's hungry. He wants it.
Much so like the Hungry Beasts themselves, living up to the team name.
He's hungry like the wolf.
Enemy spotted. A.
Gotta love it. One of these days, you should just get an ace, hop up on stage, howl.
Howl.
No.
Oh my lord. Hyunmin gonna peel away from this round with the Phantom as the trophy, it would seem.
See ya.
Just a bit of a consolation prize.
Yeah, well, another well-navigated round from Boom. Great trades around the site, I think, is important because there's 4 members at the end of the day for DRX that are there, right? So you've got a lot of these crossfires that are there. Shiro with some great utility placement as well from the special delivery, getting on the top of the site too, managing to find another kill. It's pretty good.
And you know, humanity did just bring Direwolves somewhat back, so that could be something for Boom.
This place is nice, but not nice enough.
Maybe. Here we go though, the timeout to come on through. You'd expect from DRX, of course, now before the gun rounds to see if they're going to be able to start to make their defenses known in the server. 6-1, a scoreline that Boom, well, if they're able to continue this runaway, would come away with an egregious first map scoreline. The way that they're playing and the way that we haven't really seen the answer even in these rifle rounds so far, you know, they're...
Spike down A.
I'm all out.
Last player standing.
They're pretty switched on in how they want to move around the map and what utility they want to do to clear these positions. The pause in the mid rounds as well, you know, to afford yourself a little bit of time to figure out what is our next plan of attack, you know? How are we moving? What utility we want where? It's great mid-round decisioning and those current moments that I think we're seeing.
Okay, we know the drill.
Especially with the utility in towards the A side as well. I mean, we've seen the lurks coming out from 3 alone.
Berserk's up, but the big be some odd for at the B. The turret does get destroyed.
Mark goes here to
0 point.
Boom. You would so
is going to be finding nothing. So Colbrick,
and he's done just that.
I have the spike.
Decoy. It's you and me. Idiots.
Reload.
Spike planted.
Back soon. Cutting through.
Reloading. Last player standing.
No time, no time. No time, no time.
Clutch.
That keeps 3 players, even pulling full rotations over onto the B side.
everybody's left.
Famous.
Bane is the last
He
person.
just needs to stay alive, and that's enough time bought away already.
Bane's the last person to get there, and you got to remember he's got a little bit far there.
So just a bit of damage done, but not too much loss for Boom. The spike's still down, and the lockdown to continue to allow that spike to tick.
Molly's already on the spike.
My ult's ready.
Where do you wanna go, bro? Talk, man, talk.
Waktu yang tersisa tinggal 10 menit.
Cutting through. I'll handle this. Here. Here. I'm back.
Can you heal me?
Time to jump.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Bit of a check as well, but now DRX beginning to plant their boots onto the ground. Still looking at some of these potential ultimates, but DRX very much so looking to maneuver.
Platinum.
Need a drop.
Reyna, with me.
Spike down A.
On top of the box.
Last player standing.
Carefully as a full team, but they just line themselves up for NC Slasher. Hyunmin now pushing outside of 410, but it's a quick trade. And with that, not enough time for the spike to get defused. Estrella just has to make haste and get out of there.
That is an outstanding fake sold
30
by Boom
seconds
in that
left.
round. Famous does exactly what's needed to over at the B site. The fact that he's able to just get away with one kill there is ridiculous. I will be real with you. Bringing down to the count, and there's no real scope ability back in towards the A site, and then it's just timing being bought, right? You got the mollies that are being refreshed on towards the spike. NC Slasher, the fact that he's able to get away with 2 there is also just absolutely devastating for DRX's chances to get back in. Converting the round for Boom that DRX just invested a timeout for, pretty large.
Shutting them down.
Quickly picked up a great reaction.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted. A. Taking maneuver.
I'm flashing.
Here.
Enemy spotted.
You're done.
I'm going in.
Out of charges.
One dead. OP.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
There you are.
Reloading. Sage, you're the perfect pair.
I take it.
Yeah, this one though. There's no way we can win. I'm coming back.
Coming out from Boom.
Yeah, just not able to see.
It's DOS9 picking up the first one. Bane now left alone and cold.
Keep up.
Currently.
Time to jump.
Waktu yang tersisa tinggal 5 menit.
I'll handle this.
My ult ready.
I'm back.
I have the spike.
It's you and me.
Spike drop.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Spike planted. You should run.
You can blind for below. Blind, use the blind. They're diffusing.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Timeouts being forced out for both sides, but this is just the first one being called out from Boom.
Yeah,
Move in after
11
I
to
strike.
10.
That's when's it win.
Deep in the map where a decisive blow, you know, can kind of end it, right? If Boom are able to at least get 12, they give themselves a breath to have the overtime as a saving grace if it's needed, if DRX come back, because they're starting to also figure out a rhythm on their own, right? These rotations on this defensive side, the crossfires that they're able to get. When Boom
I need
are
a
kind
drop.
of red,
Baby
when
sage.
DRX know where it's ending, they've had a little bit more success, of course, on rotating early enough to make it.
Your duty is not
Waktu yang tersisa tinggal 3 menit.
on now. Down.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Cutting through.
A good contest and more often than not win them, but if it's the early explosions from Boom that are a little bit more unexpected,
One
DRX
enemy
haven't
remaining.
really been able to weather it.
Wall raised.
So this is a sort of situation where we have seen on the back of timeouts for Boom a lot that they do just kind of have a discussion, have a decision, and really explode quickly. The weaponry, though, doesn't really permit for that, does it? So might actually look to be a little bit quieter, where if you're quietly going into an angle, and it's going to be the C-side judging by the positions of Boom, you're going to hear that dragon roar.
Or the Wolf. But
Just really goes to show that they have that experience, they have that mentality as well to be able to reset, especially in very, very crucial rounds. And this... You get
Well,
it?
yep,
I
just
need a
baited
drop.
up.
Got it?
Nearby message.
fantastic. Famous TP'd on over to provide additional support.
Oh, he's hungry.
Goes in for the check, but
Yeah, he stepped out before the flash had really bloomed. Unfortunate.
not quite the situation you want to find yourself in if you are to pick up these full rifle rounds.
Yeah.
DRX, on the other hand,
You already knew that NC Slasher was here too.
yes, happy to capitalize on the situation, knowing that NC Slasher is somewhat alone, but Shiro has arrived. Unfortunately, though, the Tejo utility will not allow him to come onto the lines. So this is a Boom that has been knocked off balance. Can they recover?
Good shock dart. Can you get anything more here though as Boom? Eames is
I have the spike.
Find themselves at a worthy head of a potential Thrifty, down to a low HP Bane, and Famous will be the decider.
Yeah, I think the question that I was posing to the teams is how much do you want to invest in that round, right? DRX with the heavy equipment,
Last player
the
standing.
more powerful
down
guns, they've
B.
got an ult of their own, but it's Boom, right? Lesser equipped, a lot more ultimates to invest in. If the round doesn't go their way and they do invest it, it will be really unfortunate. But the fact that the timing feels right, that they need to, the fact that Zerx even finds the first shot from the ledge, and the rest of the team, you know, it works a treat, right? You've got what? Steel Garden, Hunter's Fury, and Armageddon to come away with that round there.
Focus on your breathing.
You do like to see that for Boom to keep this one in a good contest state, and now there's an operator out for Famous.
Now beginning to peek out to foil DRX's plans of working around B main.
We have
A lot of information now.
We have seen Wine be played with a little bit here from DOS.
Yes.
And if he's by himself with no bailout strategy, it'll be awkward. So I would say a little bit lucky that he isn't targeted there. But the fact that you're overlooking Famous' operator line where you already had the shield wall popped earlier, that's a little bit
I mean,
of a no-no.
Yeah, DRX had no idea it was an op, and they were thinking that possibly, you know, it might have been the over-rotation onto the A site, so now they're being kept honest instead. Especially with Dimensional Drift now spotting out that there is nobody except Estrella on towards tiles. Boom should be prepared for this A hit. DOS9, however, unfortunately finding minimal success. And C-Slasher and Berserk will be able to chime in.
And they already knew where Estrella was, right? He was just spotted out by the ult over at B.
Famous.
And with 30 seconds to go, you know what this is. Podcast time. 30 seconds to just do whatever.
For DRX to truly start an episode where they kind of talk things over with Mako.
You get into this sort of territory for DRX where you can have a pretty impactful round too, right? Like, you've got the Steel Garden still, you've got the Armageddon. These are some components that you can just get into the B site real rapid.
Let them do it before.
Yeah, the only thing for me is now that Boom have this operator in play, you're going to have to off.
Decoy.
Face your fear!
Last player standing. Spike down, attacker spawn. Last round in the half.
My ult's ready.
Off put Famous on the line first.
Wall.
Down A.
B potentially do that. Will be possibility.
Zone, and that's going to be now onto the Frenzy. He still gets a two kill.
Cutting through. I'll handle this.
Enemy spotted. B.
It's you and me. I'm back.
Last player standing.
So that's 2-4-1 now. Bane looking to recover. Steel Garden in hand as well, so
but they can't get in.
feels like they have to keep going in, but yes, they can't. Been blocked off,
Show up now.
especially with that sheer at hand. So Mako looking to take things into his own hands, but the Thorns will burn Estrella. Mako in with a stinger, tries to go in for the CQP, but it's not quite meant to be.
Gun barrel spotted, by the way.
Bane now up. Swaps the angles on over onto CT where he knows the next threat would be, but the numbers not quite favoring him. Boom will find the lead.
Good patience at the back of sight there as well, not to overextend and potentially give it up. And then the call for the double swing, nicely done. As Boom will take the lead. Famous, a little bit unlucky that he wasn't.
Time to jump.
Wait.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Wasn't able to gate crash out of there, but it feels like to me, audibly, they've heard it, and then it was kind of cancelled, right, by the stealth drone. So maybe they like expected him to have gotten out of there. Regardless, he navigated it well to be able to escape from 2 and do the damage for the team to be able to, you know, be in the contest to win the round. Now, a timeout from DRX. A couple more rounds left in this first half, and going into a proper bye round.
Spike down A.
There's that. Nice and slow.
Last player standing.
Could be a good one for them to keep things equal.
It really is such an incredible storyline, though, for Boom to come all the way up from Ascension, now challenging DRX on a map which they, you know, kind of stake their claim to this entire scene.
The big difference, though, in how Gen G have been playing and Boom's idea against them.
Okay.
It was quite targeted, right, in that
Phoenix?
Gen G game. Against Suggest. I'll say it real. I'll say it.
Anyone else?
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted. A.
Back soon. Back off.
Last player standing.
Three.
Match point.
Pick something nice to kill them
ultimate's
with.
ready.
It's the least we can do.
Go for it.
And in this one, when it flips over, I don't think you're going to be able to do the same, right? And it's a completely different agent comp for Boom. So they do have to tackle it a little bit differently.
Agent comp different.
Decoy. Dead. My ult's ready.
Enemy spotted. B.
I'll return. I'll handle this.
Spike planted.
I'm back.
Line them up! I'm going in!
One enemy remaining.
Barrier clear.
Different opponents.
Yep. A different day in the office. So,
Big day in the office.
yeah, sure.
Attackers
One of these teams
win.
will continue a flawless run in the group.
Only one.
For now, though, on the back of that timeout, folks, see what DRX are going to look to come out with. Some mid control from the drone, answered in spades by NC Slashes after short, spotting out 2. They're quite close as well. Feel like you need to fall back just a little bit.
Yeah, trying to make their way out of these dangerous spots, but still, Gunman has to pin down. Now into this side, especially the Armageddon at play.
Oh,
it's going to be trades for days. DRX, though, finding themselves up now. Nearing the end of the first half, DRX will continue to buy back up, freeing onto the Stinger and a quick scouting mission down A short.
Yeah, what can he find right now as well, because the Vice utility is around this site. That's going to lock out Famous from going for a challenge as he's salvoed away.
Still got the arc bros on the site though. And they've heard exactly where Mako is. Into the arc bros flash, trapped down inside. And Berserk's manages to, well, get away with the door broken. Spike plant.
And no ults really for Boom to be able to get on in here.
Also for DRX to have some utility ready to let rip. Mako looking for the right opportunity to send that flash, and there it is.
Salvo's now for NC Slasher.
Trying to flush them out of position. DOS9 with a flash of his own. Had a wallbang through, and Shiro looking to take more space down in. Hell has been cleared now, watching out for door. Hyunmin still able to cause some havoc. Off towards the next spot though. It's up towards A main with Frigg on that stinger. Boom should be able to body block most of the shots and get the spike into at least half. Found him, and that's gonna be Estrella now coming through. He's got the short, and he's got the fights. Wait, a triple kill down at the end, but the spikes,
It was denied.
not defused.
It was denied. That had to be the legitimate millisecond of millisecond by my eyes.
Unbelievable.
That is absolutely crazy trying to trace that last one. I mean, the reveal on towards Vayne to get that one, and a reload caught out there for Hyunmin. How has he managed to win that one, Estrella?
It's criminal, just slotted into the team, and he's able to put up incredible performances, clearing out all the angles.
It wasn't the millisecond of the millisecond. It looked like there was a little bit more of a sliver of a chunk there, but it still was absolutely close.
And now, not letting go of the button, it's going to be DRX once again back into B with this same default. Boom though, having dealt with it, now looking to trip the Shiro wall.
Oh, Famous wants to go for this B main play.
Not the best equipment so far though.
Yeah, it has a bit of a different flavor on it. No operator.
DOS9 looking to get a little bit cheeky, might have heard a hop.
We'll see. Mako
the one way
has liked playing up here.
Yeah, with the flash as well. So that's fully blinded on near side of DOS9 now, still finding the torso of Mako.
But on the
Flashes
side,
off his own as well, and he's hungry for more. DOS9 looking famished, but unfortunately punished for it. NC Slasher now has to hold down the site, sends out the Armageddon, and that's going to be DRX looking to get the spike down soon enough. Pop flash out from Freeing, but it's dimensional drift from Famous to counter.
plant goes down. Estrella will have the ult, by the way.
Gate crash noted. Shiro looking to sneak through.
Oh,
what a flick! Takes down his opponent. Steel guarded now from Estrella, just to keep his opponents honest. Free. So not too much revealed, but it still is a really good indicator for how DRX might be able to play out this entire map. Boom, they had the lead at some point, but now kind of letting slip again.
Well, I think for me as well, in the one duelist approach for Boom, is how are you going to be utilizing Famous on this Yoru to clear a lot of the space, to dive in towards it? You know, are you more going to be relying on Shiro and NC Slasher trying to just set you up and have Berserks to be able to do something as well on the Vice, right? When the Thorns and the Flash is going to be available? Or is he really just still going to be playing on towards this lurk role, the likes of what Estrella was kind of doing a bit? There's options for sure on this agent composition, but this is the first time that Boom have deployed it. How confident are they now?
That remains to be seen. We're seeing the difference between, you know, the double duelist and Shiro onto the Sova. Hyunmin still putting up some good numbers up for DRX. Meanwhile for Boom needing to do quite a bit as well. Shiro will kick things off with a Sheriff shot down mid.
Yep, Shiro with the Sheriff on the Sova. Don't want no util.
Then to recollect themselves all towards A main. Salvos to clear out wine and everything else.
Slow and steady. Good dark cover actually from Mako. Means that someone can sneak back in towards wine if they did want to allot for some sort of trap like that.
And at the same time for Freeing to go for a cheeky little jump peek, just in case. Yeah, doesn't spot anyone out.
It's all about finding out where these players are at the moment. Boom have a player advantage.
Exchanging information with the stealth drone going out as well. So now trying to get the pitch on towards Freeing. They will find it. Boom. Finding numbers advantage in early parts of the round.
Mako and Bane at this A site. See if the pistols are going to be able to do something in a potential crossfire or not.
Or they're going to find themselves in a bit of a hairy situation. Maybe able to flash themselves out, but unfortunately the angles all fully covered by the Indonesian Fire Squad.
And I do believe, unless Australia comes out with a 1 versus 5, this will be DRX's first ascent drop. for a while in the pistol rounds. They'd make it 5-1.
No, you're gonna mar that perfect pistol round record? Astray, you gotta do it. Keep it a perfect 100%.
The time's on though.
Yeah. Oh god, and Famous is slowly creeping up from behind as well.
Just don't try and go for a knife and whiff it if you're gonna do that.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it, and he does! Fully backstabbed.
Into the side. Pistol round though for Boom. Hey, could have come out with it flawlessly, but I think in the entertainment value, that'll give you a little bit of a chuckle. Good little plan from them to go strength in numbers at the top of mid, and good patience throughout the round as well. You know, just making sure that they're all having the time to discuss how they want to adjust around the site.
I'd love to see him in high spirits, but yes. His gun's purchased up now. Boom with a slight 2-3 split. Similar protocols on both ends, but it's going to counter sell those for DRX.
Immediate trip of that shear as well. And there's not going to be any Yoro playing in front of it. Gonna fall on back, make sure that there's no overextensions here. These are the sort of rounds again, you know, you just want to see Boom kind of 100%.
I'm out of here.
2B.
Got one.
No smoke enemy, no smoke.
Go, go, go.
50 on race. 70, 97 on race.
One enemy remaining.
Last, here, yeah. Nice one.
Nice.
I have Sheriff. One.
No button. Day to day. Gotta go. Clean. Well done. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Reloading.
Turret out.
And them
Placing sentry.
One here.
I'm out of here.
Nothing here.
Go, go, go.
Not many here.
Turret destroyed. Take hold.
In.
Multiple enemies A.
Reload. Bye, monsieur.
One maybe out. One link.
Enemy spotted. A. Go, go,
Never
go.
mind.
One enemy remaining.
Shit!
Yell at you, I'm afraid. Reloading. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Hey, shoot shot. Kill shot.
Turret out.
You got any window skin?
Need a drop.
White skin. Can I have your window?
Can I get this?
as around.
B.
There.
140 race.
Gotta go.
One enemy remaining.
Nice
Down.
Spike
And then
down
last?
B.
Oh, there.
Spike here.
Yeah.
Expect the bomb.
They in front of you.
Nice shot.
Locating target.
So close. Gun here.
I feel bad for them. I really
Killjoy, do you have OP skin?
Just not enough to stop winning.
I don't have.
Okay.
Go, go, go. I'm out of here. Need a drop. Salamat, thanks. Let it go.
Unlike this should go.
Go away. My ult's ready.
Spike down mid.
Bring them down.
Your right side.
One enemy remaining.
Go. Too slow.
Nice!
Go, go, go. That rift boy is going to teleport himself right into one of my traps. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Generous. Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Thank you.
Placing alarm bomb. I'm out of here. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Turret out.
Gotta go. Quick feet, quick trigger.
One mid.
I'm out of here.
Can you look? Thank you.
Monster on the loose. Running low.
Who's next?
Last player standing. Spike down B.
I'm out of here. Let's go. Gotta go. Go, go, go.
Wouldn't mind Shiro picking up the orb as well and maybe even be going for a plant, get closer to a Hunter's Fury real early on in the piece.
Analytics change and Boom find themselves in a position towards B main. Estrella taken down.
Oh, and Hunmin actually tagged up by the stealth drone.
Position someone
Go, go, go.
for a potential right.
Gotta go.
B.
Fire in the hole.
My ult is ready.
I'm out of here.
Unsuppressed.
Spike
Go,
planted.
go, go. Where are you?
What's it?
Marked one. Coming through. Gotta go. Back like I never left. Here we go.
Low, 120.
Last player standing.
That's a kill.
One
One
enemy
bullet, one bullet.
remaining.
Main.
All missiles away.
Nice shot.
Nice.
You can take my OP. On half.
I'm out of here.
But are they us? So many questions.
Thank you.
Go, go, go. Placing alarm bot.
Click.
Placing
Big rotation, everybody from DRX here.
swarm grenade.
Fully noted right now as well. Boom. What a mid-round call.
Yeah, just get out of there.
Famous, happy to stay his welcome, find a couple.
Mark 3. Red on
Gotta
it.
go.
Enemy mid.
Enemy spotted. Mid.
Enemy spotted mid.
Go, go, go.
I think A. I think B. Yeah, they are quick.
What? I'm out of here.
Take my OP, Killjoy.
Planting.
One enemy remaining.
One more.
From mid.
Gotta
Take
go.
my OP, please. On here. OP.
Make their fear your weapon. Gun here. Or use a gun. Whichever. Go, go, go! I'm out of here!
You can request Killjoy. I have money.
Alarm bot out!
Killjoy, you can request. I have money. Okay. You okay, Tula?
More kills if possible. Swaps over onto the Sheriff, which...
Here, B, here.
Go, go, go!
Let's walk.
Almost out.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Oh, my bad.
Race unknown.
Drone going out. One suppressed.
Race unknown.
Drop in a smoke.
Thirty seconds left.
All missiles away.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Maybe AFK.
One enemy remaining.
Maybe.
Clutch.
Back me into a corner. That's what happens.
Nice one.
I'm out of here. Find the weakness. Gotta go! Go, go, go!
Yep.
Unfortunately has a longer draw animation. And then they made around back in from market through back to B.
Player standing.
Well, denying Hyunmin any opportunity.
Yep. And now freeing just with the classic and a door closed to see.
Gotta go! Gotta go!
Mid.
Spike down mid.
All missiles away.
Careful, what?
No peeking!
B.
Tower 1.
Spike planted.
Bring them down! I'll find you.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
You'll catch them.
One here. One link.
All missiles away.
One enemy remaining.
Last hole.
You can defuse.
Grenade is live.
Stun.
Day. Reloading. Everyone go down your home stations. Then let's run. Can I get this? Need a drop. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Thank you. Stand up.
Need a drop. Go, go, go. Gotta go.
What he could potentially do.
Knock on the door.
Sabi.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Who's next?
Go,
All
go,
missiles
go.
away.
One enemy remaining.
Gotta go.
What?
Anticipated. Go, go, go.
Do what
Go,
you
go,
need
go.
to do. You won't have a problem.
I'm out of here. Go, go, go. Last placed.
Kick the door down.
Spike planted.
Sit here, look pretty, go up with the spike.
That's the more likely scenario that's going to play out, yes. Look pretty, talk things over.
Yeah, you got your rifle round coming in the next one. So how are you going to look to do that on the defensive side? Do you want to go for a little...
I'm out of here.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Running low. Gotta go.
On A.
Like I never
Spike
left.
planted. Last player standing.
Locating target. Two suppressed.
A little bit of aggression together as a team. Yeah, exactly. You're going to probably see freeing. Just look to
Last
rotate
round
between the
before
sides
the
where
switch.
required.
Go, go, go. I'm out of here.
That's the current situation right now. DRX,
Enemy.
not too bad, but Boom showing off a lot of crazy mid-rounds as well. And while they might not be here, certainly feeling the support of the Indonesian home crowd back at the watch party.
Towards it.
Go, go, go.
Spike down mid.
Spike spotted mid. Gotta go. Go, go, go. Bomb grenade out.
Placing sentry.
I'm out of here.
Spike planted.
Initiated.
Last player standing. One enemy
Take it
remaining.
out. Watch out. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Clutch.
Go, go, go. Here we go.
Switching
Gotta
sides.
go.
Beyond. Nice.
Gotta go.
That Australia's put down. Well, he's seen a bit of utility. So there's an idea that it was a bit of a default, but Berserks, again for an opener, this time on a freeing.
Not too shabby, now more options found. They will trip that deep sheer wall as well and manage to get away with it, but Mako finds an angle onto
Yeah, he's just saved Australia there, to be honest.
Okay. Berserks, however, right now trying to catch up to his team. Spotted out by Mako.
Go, go, go.
Oh, the
Team, however, will...
Gotta go. Dropping smokes. Placing alarm bot. I'm out of here.
All missiles away.
I'm out of here.
Reloading.
This way. Go, go, go.
Spike down A.
You blink. I got the fight. Kill. Enemy spotted A. A!
One enemy remaining.
Go, go, go!
Last
Spike's
player
down.
standing. Spike down A.
Gotta go! I faced worse. I'm out of here.
Their teeth will chatter in the cold dark.
I'm out of here. Gotta go.
They'll be able to flash themselves into the site.
How has Shiro found that, by the way, with a Spectre at that distance?
A couple of taps perhaps, but nonetheless, you gotta deal and fend off even more because incoming players are gonna be Mako and Hyunmin until Mako.
Go, go, go. I have this fight.
Spike down B.
I got the spike. Spike dropped. I got the spike.
Quickly dispatched them. And Z-Slasher now. And the rest of the team position themselves
One enemy
in main
remaining.
as well as health.
Just don't give that that option in the corner of that dark cover. You want to jump up there potentially as DOS,
No,
but
less.
nope,
No.
you think better of it. You play the numbers, 4 versus 2. And now by the timing,
No,
you can see the DRX are opting for the save, which means that the bonus round is going Boom Esports' way. And if the last map is anything to consider here, Quack.
Match point.
Can I get Sheriff?
Gotta go. Gotta go.
This one might go the distance.
Certainly hoping for it as well.
So you want to
Entertaining Valorant all throughout.
So you want to see as many gun rounds as possible for DRX to put themselves in a good favor to keep it challenging.
Dropping smokes. I'm out of here.
Last player standing.
Oh my god.
Spike down A.
I got the spike.
One enemy remaining. Clutch. Attackers win.
Nota. Oh, let's get some.
So saving those 2 guns there, not the worst of ideas.
Certainly looking assist for the.
He's literally just spected him at the tail end whilst blinded halfway across the map. I know he saw him before the arc rays popped, but still.
It's skill. But yes. So Boom now with the bonus round picked up, they find themselves an outlaw at hand.
Yep. Hyunmin. Ooh. See what he can do with B main. Of course, there is a buy up behind those 2 saved guns.
A safer shear wall on towards the B site.
Oh, this is risky, but a straight up SMG close proximity.
They can't die either, or the shear wall will be gone. So a couple of sprays, backpedals into safety. Of course, feeling the looming threat of the entire Boom Fire team now.
Yeah.
Salvos the delay, allowing for Hyunmin to find some peaks, but unfortunately sniped out.
And now you get an idea as Boom that there's a big rotation here as well, right?
So,
oh, what? No! Wait, what is the timing on that?
Cutting through.
Freeing.
That's gross.
Just reacting in kind. Meanwhile, Mako will continue to peak, so nothing too much found.
Because the flash is dodged. Freen gets out of there.
And will be able to come back in through to support Estrella, who is spraying for dear life with a stinger right now. Flashed out, Bring finds one more, but it is individual trades. Boom find themselves a bit of a numbers advantage, although Berserk's is low HP. DOS9 hunkers down, finds the frag, and it's now a 3v1.
And they don't know where Marco is, they don't know where he's going to be coming from. But Berserk's is on the right line with the right gun, if you think about it. The Outlaw to get the job done, and that is Boom continuing this flawless run on the attacking side so far with 4 in a row. That's another I don't want to really call it a gun round, but there was kind of enough there from DRX to really make that that one, you know, maybe workable. A couple of vandals and stuff.
I see what you're saying, but it also is, you know, a huge contrast to how DRX was playing against Global Esports last week, where now you've got this 4 glowing red win streaks coming out from Boom. DRX needing this timeout somewhat.
Yeah.
Termi intervening.
Definitely needs to come out with something big here, because this is the last one that DRX have, right? Boom still holding onto both of theirs, not needing to, you know, drop them. And if they start to continue to have a bit of a wriggle on as well, you know, and they're getting some rounds here or there, and DRX are still behind, do you even then consider to use one of your own to give DRX enough time to have a talk as well, right? Like, if you win this...
This time out somewhat.
Yeah.
Termi intervening.
Definitely needs to come out with something big here, because this is the last one that DRX have, right? Boom still holding onto both of theirs, not needing to, you know, drop them. And if they start to continue to have a bit of a wriggle on as well, you know, and they're getting some rounds here or there, and DRX are still behind, do you even then consider to use one of your own to give DRX enough time to have a talk as well, right? Like, if you win this next round as Boom, and you convert after your opponent's bonus round, you're probably not needing to see yourself time out until, you know, it really gets to the later stages of the map, right? Unless you're tied up 10 apiece, or you're up 11-9, and then, you know, you don't want to see them get to 10 before you get to 12 or something like that. I don't know. It's an important round though, regardless here, Quack.
It's timeouts, yes. That can be very valuable when things get dire.
Yep, and with the guns being present again for DRX, you know what a counter for that is? Well, it's Berserks with the Steel Garden. If Boom have an idea on where they want to try and navigate around this map and try to potentially end things, that can make things quite nice for them.
No doubt. Still though, we'll start things off with Salvos once again. A little bit more down middle, trying to disguise some of Boom's other intentions.
Yeah, Famous putting the pressure on mid, trying to draw some attention here. Hyunmin to rate the clone, and Bane to get in towards market.
2 players though. Thankfully the smoke comes up, but the spams will still go through.
Famous a bit too far.
30 seconds.
So
it's a rather risky round to go for.
Oh, it just makes it so hard for Boom to try and a lot of shot on you.
With a snap of your fingers, this is a really tough.
Okay, hang on a second.
Until Shiro sneaks up from behind, finds a double, traded off by Hyunmin. Spike still looking to get planted, and now Frenzy Slice to hold the angle, unfortunately falls, and now DOS9. He has to, once again, step up to bat. Flushes him away with the Dimensional Drift. DOS9 ignores it. Tries to dodge the flashes as well, manages to deal with Bane.
No way!
Comes back into it and quickly eliminates freeing DOS9, everybody!
If ever there was a moment for stuns to not be cosmetic in this game, that is the moment right there.
A Red Bull clutch from the Sun from Kazakhstan.
Oh man, it's a 2 versus 1. The Dimensional Drift, I was gonna say before they immediately kind of called to go for it, would they use the Dimensional Drift to try and find him and block him and make it awkward for him? DOS9, I mean, this guy had, he had a shocker. Like, he's not been having the greatest time in the server today, I will admit. Currently one of the, you know, the worst performances of him, but to come out with that one, the moments are still there for him when they really do need, hey.
Love it. Next round up now, though, and Boom playing it a little bit safer. You got the Outlaw on Berserks, and the sheer wall instantly tripped. That's something that DRX has been doing, not allowing for, you know, Boom to create any form of pressure with that wall.
And that was after DRX's timeout, by the way.
True that.
So now it's all down to what the team can think for themselves in this, unless Boom give them the timeout to have some revitalization, though Hyunmin has to think better of going for another duel there. But he wants.
Rip and tear.
Cutting through.
Oh, the Free Fire ako.
Drop. Burns are alive. Wall trip. Flashing. Good hit.
Wait, on my way.
Jet low, jet low.
Coming, I'm coming.
What the fuck?
Spike
I'm
planted.
going out.
No gumbe.
Blinding.
Last player standing.
One right side.
One enemy remaining.
Trevor.
You can smoke the spike.
Drop in a smoke.
Empty.
Wants it.
He's got Mako.
They can get a lot of space
Their
here.
sage is a coward hiding behind walls.
I mean, Hillman's looking for the potential blade storm, I believe.
He's just looking for something for the team, I think, at this point. Junk shot.
Information as well, though, and now it's going to be Armageddon from Boom to try to create a little bit more space, especially the dimensional drift from Famous as well. Finds the entry, continues with another blind. Freeing will be happy to pick up that rifle. Berserk's now.
I'm here to stay.
Cutting through.
Low.
Spike planted. Reloading. Multiple enemies.
Refreshing.
Last player standing.
I'm dying to the spike bro.
And they're running. Oh, you can't get one. Sheesh. What?
Oh yeah, I get one tap bro.
You're a disruptive one, Breach. But that's welcome.
Yep. Shame.
Time to jump.
Going A. Go back. I don't want to shot.
Shit.
Empty.
Shit TP bro.
Nice.
Spike down A.
Can flash.
Flash out.
One enemy remaining.
No.
Blinding.
Annoying as fuck bro the
Our
flash.
job gets a whole lot easier.
They messed up. Now we keep them down.
I need a drop. Thanks.
Arriving from lane, though. The rest of the team looking to waterfall down on towards Estrella. Estrella dancing back and forth with the Stinger, looking for the opportunity, but unfortunately not quite. Spike will still be planted right now.
Can you smoke like here? FD go C. Yeah, you're going C.
You will not kill my allies.
I'll return.
Flashing.
No,
The hunt begins.
Just wait. Can't wait. Yeah, 1 minute.
Going A, I think.
Yeah.
Going A. Shot. Yeah, well.
Spike down A. One enemy
Nice.
remaining.
Go back.
I seen mid by the way.
Standing.
Okay,
I
nice.
missed that shit, dog.
Nice, nice, well played.
You see an insect, you crush it.
I need a drop.
Can you buy? Thank you.
Next to him, and Berserks eliminates Hyunmin.
They don't care. They do not care that he's at the back of the site. They know there's 20 seconds.
Breach. Sell that yun. Sell it, sell.
Okay, thank you.
Going A.
Enemy spotted.
Die. Cutting through.
That's a kill. My ult is ready.
Spike down mid.
Right here.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Nice.
Ability, dedication, time. That's all we need.
They've got numbers. They have to get a plant.
Good.
He's got a stinger. You don't want to give him a favorable duel.
Uh-oh.
And now it's 7-11. But look at all of those rounds in a row from Boom. They still are holding the Sheer Garden too, right? The one ability that can just kind of stop DR.
Time to jump.
Get out of my way!
Here. A.
Go back here if you can.
I'll handle this. Decoy. I'm back.
Bro, my face is flying. Oh my god.
Target down.
Like I
Spike planted.
I'll get flash. Go.
You had your fun. My turn.
One enemy
Last,
remaining.
sewer last. Maybe go too long. Yep.
All missiles away.
Nice one.
Get on my back.
RX from being able to shoot back. When you're going for a hit, you remove their guns, right? You make them play in towards choke angles. You make them play a little bit different.
Look, kenapa ya laptop?
Have to even contend if you want to bring in a pistol, because in this sort of scenario, you might come to expect that Boom would set up together to go for a hit into the site using the Sheer Garden, right?
Yeah, thinking about it. Gotta watch for these positions.
Well, if they
does have the Blade Storm.
If they drone into the site right now, they could drop the Garden and kind of fashion a good one.
Almost.
Request, I can buy.
Yeah, the options are still there. Even with the fake out quickly dealt with, Hyunmin now trying to get out of dodge.
Staved off.
Cutting through.
Yeah, catch.
Launching thorns.
Reloading.
Yo!
One
Stun.
enemy remaining.
Wait, ding. 120.
Ini 140. 5 HP by the way.
Backside.
It's Maya. Now get out. How did every piece of trash end up on the same team?
Idiot.
I need a weapon. Thanks.
Garden, there it is.
Staved off by the salvos and the Blade Storm. You got to remember.
Guess they're fond of losing.
Time to jump.
Enemy spotted A. Enemies A.
120. Healing. Right now heal.
Bad luck.
Oh, my TP. What's this? Top of the box.
Drop the shot.
Can't rotate.
Could be rotate, yeah.
Yeah, rotate. I think Love taking off Ken.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
That's a kill.
That's fine.
Remember, he's still available here
Boom
as
in
well.
place, Mako still jiggling. At some point, you got to rotate on
I
over.
don't
Boomer
care.
not
Get
slowing
up.
down, but
Oh.
a bit of a team kill coming through nonetheless. Boom still trudge forward. Hyunmin hopping over, looking for the blade. He's got 4 left. Bane off to the other end, though, trying to prevent Boom from creating any further space. DOS9 somewhat trapped until he can slip through into market. Spike not quite planted yet because you've got these 2 anchors on the site.
Retake on by the way. Grudge.
Oh man.
All missiles away.
Retrieving flash.
Don't exactly know where Bane went either, to be
Nothing
honest with
grudge.
you. He's gone on towards the A site in case there's a rotation call.
Car A.
He's got the Phantom. Close range could help him out, but oh! Someone double peeked out. And the Crosshair not just able to drag over.
Hyunmin
Hopping out of the smoke now. Hyunmin alongside Estrella.
Not kill my
Arthur
ally.
popped, but nothing much found. The shot's not quite connecting. Estrella will only be able to find the first.
Last
DOS9
player standing.
now on to the double kill.
Spike planted.
Bane was way too far away as well. He's got salvos, but it's a 1 versus 2 here, Clank. If Boom played the crossfire right, they could find the series point.
Bane. Like you mentioned, salvos, but where do you place them? Surely into Boathouse for 1, but pops it off. No one's giving him the peek. He does find the first flick though. Continues to back forward, hops down, and dives onto DOS9.
No crossfire! No crossfire to come out from Boom. I said if they played that one right, they could potentially get it out. No slipping in.
Last place.
Going A.
I think this time they will watch flank. They flank them so many times. It's crazy if they don't watch. Wait, I don't know.
Ada lihat tuh.
Drone is down.
Cutting through.
Ignition.
One side around.
Spike down A.
Right there. Blinding.
One enemy
Missiles away.
remaining.
Unknown last. I
Will be flank.
Yeah, the guy always flank to be honest.
They're long.
Yeah, that's true. No, long clear. Oh.
30 seconds left.
Gun here.
You don't get a reset button.
I need a drop.
Stay alive.
I need a drop. Reloading. 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 Who needs a gun? I need a drop.
Now we win.
Into the stairs, trying to stand and deliver. But Bane will hold on for DRX here. 8-2.
Cutting through.
Running.
Grenade is live.
Nowhere to run!
You had your fun. My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Info.
Spike down mid.
Mid. What the fuck? Nice.
With the using Fancy guard.
Last round in the half.
No point saving. Spend it all.
Thanks. I'm feeling generous. Who needs a buy? I need a drop.
The first attacking round dropped for Boom Esports. By the way, Berserk's found some damage towards his body at the choke point by the salvos, if I am.
Back soon.
Get out of my way!
I'll handle this.
What?
Here. Yeah,
This
I'll
is
see.
Yeah, I'll see.
I have ult.
I'm back.
Carrot mid carrot.
Flash out.
Yeah. They try to rotate.
Right there.
One me. One me.
Right there. Right here. Right here.
All missiles away.
Empty.
Anyone else?
Yes.
Oh, there are so many people low.
Wait. Play it. I can ult.
Spike down
You
A.
will not kill my allies!
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Nice try.
Okay.
Remembering correctly, and that's why he was within an inch of his life and was able to be finished off by the
Switching
Hunter's Drill.
sides.
Cool. Tough, but for a guy who was the sixth man to come back into the squad, just being able to pull off a performance like that
11
extends DRX's life, yes.
is all they get. Isn't that what we said last map?
I'm shaking my head and I'm really wondering about this, but you know, certainly want to keep your hopes up for Boom. They've been putting up quite the performance thus far.
Yeah, need some good decision making here.
Okay, mid. Salvos as well, and forces bringing the gate crash away.
Watch your step.
Trade right back.
Got them.
Let's go. Never mind.
Many B, like 2 more B.
Dropping smoke.
But you can go.
Oh, 1 HP by the way, Clough.
Have a kit.
Can get healed,
Careful.
by the way.
Yeah, can flash.
One flank.
Yeah, one flash.
Flash placed.
Wait for
Bot
the
heal.
bridge. Wait for the bridge.
Bot heal. Full HP, but.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
I worked up an appetite on that one.
The dimensional fabric here is thin. I'll tear through.
One on two. It's not timing. One shot, one kill. Berserk's peaks. First, that's the first kill. And finds Mako! Your second ticket, Berserk's, because it's right there. Swaps to the shorty, hops in.
Don't let them get up.
Okay, wall mid.
He's down.
Time to jump.
Spike down C. One enemy remaining.
Have the spike.
That is a good look for you.
Weapon here.
I'll pick them apart. You clean up whatever's left.
Can I have
Finds Mako! No clutch for the guy! And it's Berserk who picks it up instead!
Red Bull clutch to come through from Berserks, and it's series point for Boom Esports. And they got 4 of them. You look at the crossfire that was attempted in the middle there from...
Concussing.
Reloading. Enemy
Missile deployed.
Flash place. Dropping smokes.
Decoy.
Wait, I'm flashing.
Can go back.
Enemy spotted. C.
Launching thorns.
Come B.
Thorns are live.
Never mind. One chilling. Good.
Spike planted.
Right here.
I'm watching heaven.
Right there.
Time to
One
jump.
enemy remaining.
That's unknown.
Oh, let's in A.
Right there.
Reloading.
Fake teleport.
AFK?
Don't stop fighting.
No.
You must keep going, even if you're the only one.
From freeing to push through that dark cover as well. Hyunmin trying to do what he could. And it's not happening, but it's Berserks. I told you what, the Outlaw, it only needs 1 shot to finish off an opponent on 125. But the shorty as well, the sidearm, salvages the situation.
Oh, and with the win against the home crowd, all of a sudden,
Cutting through. Blinding. Decoy.
Wait.
Blasting.
Locating target.
Fake teleport.
One suppressed.
Wait, I'm flashing.
Sheesh. Nice.
Careful there.
Spike planted. Flash placed. Rip and tear.
One city out.
Activated.
One out city, by the way.
Thorns down.
City out. 2 city.
Ooh, I'm so shaky.
Last player standing.
What happened? Oh, the strange.
a little bit more silent now.
I have a feeling the big time might have to be buying the bundle soon.
Certainly got an itch for it. Boom. Looking to send themselves forward, possibly getting the lock into playoffs. Well, I mean, they already have that, but top seed.
Boom, top seed. Could you imagine?
DRX, do you have it in you? Playing around the smokes,
I'm doing
not
silver.
the best guns. Sheriff spams. And it's the Aldron that clears out wide. Ooh,
Yeah,
set themselves to the A site.
For Marco, he wasn't spotted for the moment. Now he
this
is.
is why they
Berserk
recon.
towards freeing. This
Recon,
is
recon.
where a crunch opportunity.
So far recon.
The hunt begins.
No, nice.
Decoy.
Cut noise. Just place hold, place hold. Cut noise.
Nails ready. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Unknown.
Planted. Reloading.
Rushing.
Still have it. He's fucking stuck, he's fucking stuck. Oh, what?
This was taken. Reloading. Circle better watch their backs.
I need a drop. Gracias.
Opportunity happens on the A side.
Right, still got those thorns, but Mako trying to play around the smokes, repositions, but unfortunately pitched down. The full swarm from Boom! 2 players left. Now Hyunmin and Estrella running off the tracks on towards heaven. They got a...
Get out of my way!
Right there.
Running.
Clearing out. Time to jump.
I'm ulting.
Spotted A. I'll handle
I'm
this.
ulting. One here.
Ulting.
One here. One here.
Flank, flank, flank.
One flank, one flank.
I'm back.
Nowhere to run!
Flank there, flank there.
Two heaven, two heaven.
You had your fun. My turn.
One heaven, one heaven.
Back like I never left.
7-1.
One city, one city. 2 city.
One enemy
That's
remaining.
heaven.
Nice.
Nice one.
Well played.
Match point.
I need a drop. Sorry.
Back default, back default.
Wait for that recon, the spike gets planted. Thankfully they will shoot out Storm, so a little bit more space, but can they dive down to hell safely enough? No smokes. Goes in for the hop, Hyunmin. Stinger has the first kill, but the shorty and the phantom kill out from A main. Boom! Have done it!
The Indonesian squad are in.
Cutting through.
Right there. All right.
Nice.
Enemy spotted. B. Right there.
One in. Oh shit! My bad. One inside the smoke.
Garage, one garage.
Back off.
Go, see, go, see.
Oh yeah, 2B by the way. Oh, she unknown.
Spike down mid.
Time to jump.
No, let's do Rich.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Okay.
One right side, I think. Ooh, timing. Timing.
I'll fix. I need a drop. Thanks. I need a drop.
You can buy. You don't need to buy Vice. Glove can buy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hitting are not
Indomitable.
Silver's dead.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right there.
Here in the server today. I thought it was going to end in map number 2, Haven, but my oh my, did DRX give him a rocker there. It doesn't matter, folks. That was an entertaining map of Ascent. Moments from both teams, but it's the attacking side from Boom Esports that they just had a clear vision, 2020 vision in 2025.
2025. It is incredible. Unfortunate commiserations to DRX. They're still very much in play, but this was not quite a performance that we would have expected from them. Meanwhile, for Boom to be able to climb this far, this successfully, for Dust9 to step up on the final map as well, it's just unbelievable, especially given how some of these rounds played out.
Yeah, we wait.
Okay. Locating targets.
Here. Cutting through.
Hey, go back.
Fake teleport.
The 2C. Just run.
My
Flashing.
blind is dead. Enemy spotted B.
Target down.
Last 2C.
Last to see.
Cancel. One back.
Reload.
One back.
One enemy remaining.
Servo unknown.
See.
Probably garage.
Team player.
Watching garage.
Bring me the arsenal.
Wait, I will get
Course I
full.
know. Nice.
Oh shit. Yo.
GG guys.
Win.
GG. Have a good day.
Not bad, guys.
I mean, if there was ever a day to ship the new Ascension bundle, both of our Ascension teams getting the dubs today in the
Oh, look
server,
at the
that
fans.
is the buff.
It is just lovely, especially with the coaching staff as well. Six Fingers and Fields. We'll toss it down over onto the stage with Jen to take in the winning interview.
Boom Esports coming out on top, continuing their winning ways. I'm gonna give this one more try now, Famous. Congratulations. There you go. Why'd you run away from me last time?
Sorry?
I'm kidding. Now we have Famous on stage with us to talk about today's win. 네, 붐 e스포츠의 페이머스 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. DRX를 꺾고 오늘 연승을 이어나가게 됐는데요. 먼저 오늘 경기 소감부터 들어보도록 하겠습니다. You guys extend your undefeated run with this win against DRX. Was it easier or tougher than you expected?
I think for this one kinda tough. I keep overthinking like maybe they're doing this, maybe stack here, maybe they stack B, stack A. Yeah. And I got through smoke 2 times, like unlucky.
사실 예상했던 것보다 훨씬 힘들었고 그리고 계속 DRX가 좀 이쪽에 스택을 할까 아니면 저쪽에 스택을 할까 알아내고 이해하기 그 좀 상대를 읽어내기 힘들었고 또 스모크샷을 한 2번이나 맞아서 힘든 경기였지만 그래도 이겨서 기쁘다고 얘기를 하는데요. 이번 경기에 여운이 채 가시지 않았지만 그래도 아이스박스를 얘기를 해보고 싶은데 마지막으로 아이스박스를 했던 게 오늘 제외하고 작년 9월이었거든요. 이 조합을 전혀 바꾸지 않고도 승리를 가져갔는데 많은 팀들이 변화를 시도하는 와중에 이 조합을 그대로 쓰기로 결정하게 된 이유는 무엇인지도 물어보고 싶네요. I know we're still very excited and very energetic about this win, especially that match against DRX on Ascent, but let's go back to Icebox because I feel like the last time you guys played this map was September last year. And while a lot of teams just they choose to switch things up when it comes to comps.
Yeah.
You guys decided to stick with your old comp. Was there a specific reason why?
Actually, we kind of changed the plan. Like, I'm not playing Jet actually, Icebox map. But I'm not gonna tell the previous agent I use.
사실 제트를 안 쓰는 거 빼고는 바뀌지 않았는데 그래도 좀 그냥 전략 같은 것만 수정을 하고 그리고 이제 다른 맵에서 뭘 쓸지 그리고 앞으로는 뭘 쓸지는 비밀이라고 얘기를 합니다. 말씀해주신 것처럼 또 페이머스 선수 대회에서 처음으로 요루를 보여준 건데요. 사실 최근 한 3개월 전부터 좀 요원폭을 늘리는 모습을 많이 보여주고 있습니다. 이 부분에 대해서도 더 물어보도록 할게요. Now, speaking of the Yoru, right? First time you've ever played on stage in the officials, and I see you picking up the neon a lot more in the past 3 months. So can you talk to me about your grinding when it comes to expanding your agent pool?
For the Euro, I think
Jiggling for it, but doesn't spot. Oh, okay, Crash. You know someone's nearby. Oh, and it's all 4 of them! Armageddon sent through! Oh, and he finds the sprays as well! Cruz! A triple! The 4K! Will it be the ace, Clues? Trying to dance around, trying to stay alive. Will he trap water and stay afloat, or will he get spotted out? The drone at least, but still the right clicks! Killua now trying to finish off the deal, and he does just that, but what an incredible round coming out from Cruz.
Trying to do his breast texture impression, it would appear here.
Jiggling for it, but doesn't spot. Oh, Gate crash, you know someone's nearby. Oh, and it's all 4 of them! Armageddon sent through! Oh, and he finds the sprays as well! Cruz! A triple! The 4K! Will it be the ace, Clues? Trying to dance around, trying to stay alive.
The weight of our mission is
Will he trap water and stay afloat, or will he get spotted out? The drone at least, but still the right clicks! Killua now trying to finish off the deal, and he does just that, but what an incredible round coming out from Cruz.
Trying to do his breast texture impression, it would appear here.
Jiggling for it.
The Thing finds the caged Venom symbiote and feels sorry for it, knowing what it's like to be seen as a monster. Ben locks eyes with it and realizes they can help each other. Venom senses Ben as the perfect host and persuades him to open the cage. It immediately bonds with him, transforming Ben just as Reed walks in. Ben says it called to him, but Reed warns he's been infected and it will ruin him mentally. Suddenly, the symbiote...
Gotta go! Go, go, go!
I. Yeah. Hey.
No strike. Reloading. We found one. No escape. Reloading. Multiple
Wait. Just wait for them. You need to pick. Smoke.
Spike
You can flank now.
down
You can
A.
flank now. The device is
One
dead.
enemy remaining.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Last player standing.
He's
solo.
140.
Oh my. Let's try.
Hello.
Let's try.
I'm so bad with Chloe.
I'm out of here. I'll be reloading. I'm out of here.
Symbiote turns Ben back into his original human form, and he says he feels fantastic. Reed tells him to say that again and fires a weapon in hopes of separating Venom from Ben. However, he dodges the attack and tells Reed he only wants to stop him because his ego can't handle not figuring it out first.
Where are you?
B.
Go, go, go. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Oh my god, I was so hard.
Bro, why did you peek?
Bring them down.
Spike planted.
Heads up. Back up. Reloading. We'll catch them. Enemy B. Gotta go.
1, 2.
Last player standing.
Let's try.
Reloading. I'm out of here. Go, go, go.
He snatches the weapon and snaps it in half like a twig. He says this is the first time he's felt normal since the accident and walks away. Ben becomes something of...
There.
Where are you? Go, go, go. I'm out of
A.
here. Back.
Oh,
Sensor.
B.
This way. Gotta go. Throwing.
Spike planted.
Go, go, go.
Who wants to defuse?
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
I'm out of here. This fight isn't over until we are dead. Gotta go.
Of a Rizzler himself, but suddenly senses that something is wrong. The lizard approaches and Ben immediately attacks him, leading the lizard to compare himself to Ben. Both monstrous creatures trying to do good. Ben lets go of him, insisting they're nothing alike. The lizard explains that Ben's symbiote could help thousands of other people just like it helped him.
Gotta go.
Mid. Let's pick together.
I'm out of here. Got it.
Pick bro.
Spike down A.
Last there.
One enemy
Nice
remaining.
I'm keeping my grave empty.
I'm out of here. Funny thing. Reloading. Go. Need a drop. Go.
Someone by me.
Salamat. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ben agrees to share it and they test it in this dirty-ass lab in the sewers. When the machine powers on, Ben begs the lizard to stop, but Venom gets sucked into a tube.
Kick them
He
out.
realizes this
I don't do
fucking
visitors.
iguana betrayed him and took the symbiote for himself.
Gotta go.
Hey.
Coming through. I'm out of here.
In.
Cat spoke.
Where are you?
Spike planted.
Go. Bring them down. Go. I shot something. Watch out. Gotta go.
One enemy remaining.
I'm out of here.
Divis. On the copy.
Done.
Go.
Yeah, someone get me glitch pop. It's flowers.
Gotta go.
Behind you, Rage. Yeah, it's in somewhere there. No, on your right. Yeah.
I'm out
What?
of here.
It's too late.
And we are. I'm out of here.
What's the tree vandal?
Need a drop. Gotta go. Salamat. Thanks. I could use a drop. Thank you. Gun here.
Let's share with guys if you want.
Ben starts punching the tube only to realize he's turning back to his rocky form. Later, the venom-bonded lizard...
The hunt begins!
It's you and me.
Oh my god, my bad, bro. "20 seconds.
Prices.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Oh, no escape.
Right. It ain't working in the domain.
You're up.
But I went after the domain 8.
Going back.
Please,
I'm out of here.
you come try again.
Go.
One up please, only one.
Lizard bursts into the Baxter building and attacks Reed and Sue. He slams Reed into the ground, showing off the suit's full potential. Meanwhile, Ben reverts back to his rock form and breaks out the tube. When Sue tries to save Reed, the lizard kills her instantly and holds Reed in the air. Reed uses his arms to wrap around the lizard's neck, but he just bites it off. The thing finally shows up and tells Connors to face him instead, but he just stretches Reed's neck and bites it off too. Ben look...
Nice one.
Go.
Last shot.
Gotcha. Go.
My turn.
Enemy spotted A. Gotta go. Reloading.
Take hold. One enemy remaining.
Here. We're good.
Spike down A.
Reload. I get inside your head. I'm out of here.
Looks over his dead friend and collapses to the ground in tears, telling himself that he should have listened. The bloodlusted Ben then charges at the lizard and they crash out of the building. As they fall, each punch causes the symbiote to latch onto Ben more tightly. By the time they hit
Gotta go. No surprises. Go, go, go!
Hey.
Or die!
Spike planted.
Gotta go! Take this! Go, go, go! Down! Catch them.
Smoking him in again.
I'm out of here!
No one main.
One enemy remaining.
Go, go,
Save.
go!
Nice one.
Gotta go! Gotta go!
Surrounded by minha família. We won't.
I'm out of here!
hit the ground, he's fully bonded with Venom. He lifts the lizard and crushes his head with ease, and whatever little humanity he had left is gone as he truly becomes a monster. The thing finds the cage.
Get on.
Some of the guys.
Elon Musk
You can't get
the cancel culture has been canceled.
Go, go, go!
Shot.
Go back, guys, go back, guys.
Go, go, go! Like how you never left!
One enemy remaining.
Bye bye, bro. He's 50.
Gotta go!
This one.
No peeking! Gotta go! Right. I'm out of here! Go, go, go! I'm out of here!
Let's waste this dick.
I don't get that one! Hi there, Jeff. I'm just gonna point my gun straight at his head before he even knows what's going on. You know, Quagmire, you are pathetic. What do you mean, Jeff? You're gonna kill me. Is that...
Here.
Don't be close.
What is this, bro?
Last player standing.
Nice drive!
Spike planted.
Oh, stop pushing, bruh.
Gotta go!
Not unless you want your friend's brains all over the place. Well, Quagmire, a tragic hunting accident. You know, if you had any balls, you'd put that gun down and we could settle this like men. What the hell? I killed you! I choke myself every day, you bastard.
The hunt begins.
Info.
Gotta go!
Here.
Enemy spotted B. Have one of these.
It's you and me.
He's Blast up again.
Spike planted.
Reeling them in.
Last player standing.
Refreshing.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know.
Bye bye, bro.
Bye.
Last round before the switch.
I don't get that one!
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Elon Musk posted on X that cancel culture has been canceled.
Elon
Musk, he ruined Twitter. It used to be a place of love, and now it's just a bunch of hate speech.
I think it's great that you can say whatever you want. I'm gonna tweet right now. How about that?
Everyone who voted red, like Elon Musk, all a bunch of fascists. I hate you! We are the party of love and acceptance. You are the party of hatred. Let's go!
It doesn't really sound like you're the party of love and acceptance to me.
Just like how he ruined Twitter, Elon will ruin this country.
Sensor destroyed.
Gotta go.
Sensor spotted A. Target spotted A.
Bro, you suck.
Neverland. Gotta go. Gotcha, fun. My turn. Smart move. No peeking.
Go, go, go.
Get back.
One enemy remaining.
This one. Still
Spike
smoke.
down A.
Reloading.
Smokes.
Bring them down.
2 seconds.
I'm out of here. Fuck it. I'm out of
Nice
here.
one.
Down. Gotta go.
Switching
Go,
sides.
go,
Go A.
I'm out of here. The battlefield changes with every play. Go, go, go.
Country. Now here, hop in my Tesla.
Elon Musk makes Tesla.
Just because his car is great for the environment doesn't mean that he's still not a transphobic asshole. He's just a billionaire, okay? He doesn't care about anyone. Oh, reloading. Help her up, I can't move. I'm not gonna say no. Use my phone, I'm hooked up to Starlink. Elon Musk created Starlink. That still doesn't mean that he's not a transphobic asshole.
Lucky you had Starlink. If you waited any longer, you'd be dead.
That still doesn't mean that Elon Musk isn't a transphobic asshole.
Guys, look at the TV! Breaking news, an asteroid is heading towards Earth.
What are we gonna do? Good thing I got his early access passes to Elon.
There.
Wait.
Jay running mid.
Smoking flowers and maybe 3, 2, 1.
Gotta go. Find you. Throwing
Nice one.
I'm out of here. Battle out. I'm out of here. Too slow. Can't use it.
Come on.
Last player standing.
That's fine, that's fine.
Spike down A.
Stupid. Why do we see? No, forget it. I don't
There's
know.
no need for the enemy to suffer. Reloading. Kill them fast. Reloading. Gotta go.
Elon Musk colonizing Mars program. You don't like Elon Musk! Just because he's saving humanity doesn't mean that he's not a transphobic asshole!
Elon Musk posted on X. Elon Musk posted.
Some of the guys thought we should get a divorce.
What? Because if you ever left me, I'd have to cut.
Go, go, go.
Cut myself, and then I'd cut you.
Look, I told you she was gonna kill herself. What was I supposed to do?
But if something happened that was out of your control...
What do you mean?
I mean, we're gonna fake your death. Nope.
What do you guys want?
Joan, you mind if we come in? There's been an accident. Here's Quagmire walking through the park, minding his own business. I just happened to be there with my video camera when a ninja shows up! And then a Nazi came! And then an evil pots and pans robot! Destroyed! We are so sorry for your loss.
You're not fooling anyone.
All right, fellas, plan B.
Hi, honey, I'm home. Heart attack.
Glenn! Sweetheart, is he all right?
No, he's dead. When people die, they void their bowels. Ah! Oh my God! What a jackass!
Some of the guys thought
the Punisher doesn't quite like child predators, so in his free time he gets on online chats to see if he can hunt some of them down. Which in this story he pretty much does, as when role-playing as a young girl with strict parents, he comes across a guy called Jester who was pretty much into that. So he plays along to see if he could get some more information on the guy, essentially telling him that he's a very young girl. But the guy didn't care at all, as he essentially plans to meet with her publicly at an amusement park. Jester then asks the supposed girl what her favorite flowers are, to which the Punisher said posies. The man gets ready and is full of excitement as he puts his needle in his pocket that he's gonna have to use later on the supposed girl. While the Punisher loads up his guns and carefully puts on his coat to hide them, the guy buys the flowers the Punisher told him to and gets his car cleaned for the girl, while the Punisher empties out his van to make sure that there's enough room for a body. And so when the guy eventually got there, he started looking for the girl while imagining them two walking around the park. But then suddenly, while passionately waiting for her, he would hear a voice from behind asking him what kind of flowers he is carrying. And before he even gets to answer, the Punisher puts a bullet in his head and tells him that posies are his favorite kind of flowers. The Punisher doesn't quite like child predators, so in his free time he gets on online chats to see if he can hunt some of them down. Which in this story he pretty much does, as when role-playing as a young girl with strict parents, he comes across a guy called Jester who was pretty much into that.
Shite, I lost my pet rock.
Wait, go slow, go slow.
Enemy spotted. Where are you?
We cannot help you.
You're alone, you're alone.
Guys.
Let's go.
One enemy remaining.
84.
I'm out of here. Bring them down.
Get.
These are the deadliest. These are the deadliest tourist attractions, so don't visit any of these. So the Mount Huishan plank walk in China is known to take roughly 5 lives per year due to the narrowness of the plank and issues with harnesses. Death Valley leads to 3 deaths per year from heat stroke related to cars that break down in remote areas. The Grand Canyon experiences about a dozen deaths per year resulting from falls, dehydration, and heat stroke. Niagara Falls also experiences about the same thanks to falls. Bondi Beach is the most rescued at beach in the world with about 15 deaths recorded per year from drownings thanks to strong currents.
Go, go, go!
Come back A, come back A, come back A. Come back A, come back A. Why are you pushing face? It's back.
Reloading. Almost out.
It's you and me.
Nice. We dodged that.
Gotta go.
My ult's ready. No escape. Satchel out. Satchel out. Here. Go.
Hostile down. Enemy A.
I'm out of here.
Spike planted.
Wait for me.
Last player standing.
55.
Wait for me, bro. Why you guys keep picking?
Immortality doesn't have as many needs to be better.
I'm chilling the hell. I'm just saying.
We are you.
Can I get a drop? Thanks. Can I get a drop? Reloading.
While Deadpool is busy playing at the local arcade.
some of the guys thought we should get a divorce.
What? Because if you ever left me.
Hey, Mag, what?
Go, go, go!
Oh my god.
Grenade!
What's up?
A cool kid said, "What's up?" Oh, it was just a dream.
No!
Oh my god! Mr. Cloppers! Stay with me, Mr. Cloppers! Stay with me, you son of a bitch!
Stop! Smoke!
There's only one way to turn this day around.
Enemy B.
Nope, looks like things are finally starting to turn around for the Margarito. Hey, what are you doing? I'm not a dumb
enemy
put me
remaining.
down.
Oh, Meg, what happened to you?
I just had the worst day of my
Two
life.
enemies
Now, if you don't
accounted
mind, I'm gonna bake cookies from scratch and eat them until I puke.
Guess who got a letter from the
Whatever
University
happens,
of Rhode
sorry.
Island
Don't
today?
panic.
Hey, sorry, you
Traveling
didn't
is
get in.
Meg, I'm so sorry.
I just have to accept it. I'll never be happy.
These are literally the best cookies I've ever had in my life. You must have done something different. These are fantastic.
I think my tears falling into the batter must have made these cookies taste different. We have so...
Gotta go. There. Where are you?
Wait, just wait.
Bring them down.
Just wait.
I'll do this one.
Go, go, go!
I want to trigger the wall, but I don't know how.
Spike down A.
I'll make new cookie orders.
Which means we've got a lot of baking to do. Let's get going.
Listening.
Sorry, if I'm in a busy kitchen, I'm gonna have to scream at someone Gordon Ramsay style. A raw egg? You're gonna kill someone! 20 years of being in the business, and you're the biggest buffoon I've ever met. I'm throwing a party for my billionaire friends on Friday, and I'd like you to cater it.
Oh my god! We'd love to!
Meg, maybe let a graduate of the Howard Schultz Masterclass handle this. I'm
Last
prepared to
player
offer you
standing.
10,000. We'll do it. Pennies. 10,000 pennies. Or $100. Oh, dude, you blew it. Just kidding. I'm super rich. I'll pay
30
you 50
seconds
grand. Now, we got cookies to make. Give us those tears. The only reason you had a date for homecoming was because the guy got community service hours for it.
Oh no! I can't cry!
Uh-oh. No tears means no cookies.
You really think seeing a therapist is the best way to get me to cry?
Absolutely. And this guy is the best in town.
So, I'm Dr. Matthews, but you can call me Brad.
So, we started a successful cookie business using my tears. But now, I'm too happy to cry anymore.
That maybe it's because you finally got to spend quality time bonding with the family members you love?
Oh, snap! My man Crusher dropping knowledge bombs. We love you.
Oh, I love you guys.
They fell for the whole crusher routine. Oh, and their little...
I'll find you. Gotta go!
Gotcha, fun. My turn.
My ult is ready. Sorted. Loading. Dropping smokes. Barrier down.
It's you and me.
Reload. Can't.
Right side. Nice shot.
Reloading.
You have all.
You can rotate.
Pull them to their grave. Nothing there.
Last player standing. One enemy
Last
remaining.
unknown. Heaven. Nice. Good guys.
I'm actually joining, bro.
Ult is ready. I'll find you. I'm out of here.
Point.
One last. I'm out of here.
Cookie business, let's just say I took care of it.
2 words, Magic Archer on the tower. This is good. Alright, never mind. You know what? You miss 100% of the shots that you take. So we're gonna go in with another Magic Archer here. Alright, you done messed up now, boy. You gonna give me a counter push?
Gotta go. Where are dropping smokes? Reload. Down.
The hunt begins.
We're good. Here we go.
Spike down A.
I have the spike. There. Blocking movement. Reloading.
Last player standing.
Oh, nobody's beat their ollie.
Zap go kill the cannon. The baby dragon is gonna get dismantlated. And we're gonna... Oh, that's my girl right there. She's gonna carry us. She could probably actually carry me. I'm not gonna lie. That's... Yo!
Still waiting. Out of my way!
Desperate times call for desperate measures. We are now relying on a berserker to save me. Hold up, she kind of ate. Here we go. All we need is Mommy Rune on the tower. She's at 70% health. This can't be that hard, right? You're 400 pounds. Finally, we're gonna end the game on a magic. Nah, Fireball Zap does 386, so that's not gonna be it. Oh my God. 2 words, magic archer.
Attackers
Nothing
win.
sweaty. The nightmare is over. For them at least.
On the tower. This is good. Alright, never mind. You know what? You miss 100% of the shots that...
The worst thing Spider-Man's girlfriends ever did to him, starting with MJ, who he got stuck with in an alternate dimension, where he then eventually finds a way to escape the dimension, but unfortunately leaves MJ behind. However, he immediately begins trying everything he can just to get back to her and rescue her as soon as possible, as he even swallows his pride and works with Norman Osborn, who had just killed Gwen Stacy at the time, and gets in a fight with some of his best friends like the Fantastic Four. But although it only took Peter a couple of days to find a solution, he would be shocked to find out that time didn't move the same in MJ's dimension, as MJ had aged 4 years and is now married to a guy called Paul, who she has 2 kids with, and she just absolutely refuses to leave him, ultimately letting Pete lose himself. Next up is Gwen Stacy, who ends up having an affair with Norman Osborn while being in a relation with Peter. She ended up getting pregnant and therefore gave birth to 2 of Norman's kids without telling Peter anything about it, only for him to eventually find out about it years later when the baby Normans would grow up and beat him up nearly to death. And last but not least, we have Black Cat, who after getting Spider-Man to take his mask off, she would freak out and be so disgusted by his face that she begs him to put it back on. The worst thing Spider-Man's girlfriends ever did to him, starting with MJ, who he got stuck with in an alternate dimension, where he then eventually finds a way to escape the dimension, but unfortunately leaves MJ behind. However, he immediately begins trying everything he can just to get back to her and rescue her as soon as possible, as he even swallows his pride and works with Norman Osborn, who had just killed Gwen Stacy at the time, and gets in a fight with some of...
So we have looked at all of the evidence, and it's obvious that you burned down Abu Abdullah's restaurant.
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah, you keep saying that now, but that's not what you rap about.
What do you mean?
Last week you released a song called Abu Abdullah's Restaurant is Lit, where you basically confess to everything.
That's just a song. You can't put me in prison for a song.
Take a listen.
Sorry, wrong song.
I burned down Abu Abdullah's restaurant. There was so much fire, it was so lit.
What do you think?
I think it's just a song. I don't even know where Abu Abdullah's restaurant is.
And now I will tell you the location. Building number 7.
Well, I never even tried his food.
Not gonna lie, he kinda deserved it. I tried this kebab and it tastes like alien.
Dude, why are you even trying? It's obviously you who did it.
I didn't do it. I don't even have a motive.
And if you think I don't have a motive, I'm doing this because Abdullah married my wife. She married my wife.
Yeah, but that's still not enough evidence to put me in prison.
Hey, that's what you get for marrying my wife.
Okay, I did it.
So we have looked at all of the evidence, and it's obvious.
What happens when Lisa is bullied? The story begins with a new transfer student arriving at Springfield Elementary School. Lisa tries to make friends with her and goes up to say hello, but Francine responds with a punch. Lisa also discovers that Francine only bullies good students. In order to figure out the truth, Lisa checks the school's surveillance cameras to observe Francine's every move. She finds that whenever she hides, Francine can always precisely locate her. However, once in the swimming pool, when Francine was wearing a nose clip, she didn't bully Lisa. Lisa decides to test her hypothesis. She collects the sweat of 3 good students to verify whether there is a bullying trigger mechanism in the sweat. Coincidentally, the boxing champion Drederick is going to give a speech the next day. Lisa wipes the sweat on Drederick. After Nelson smells it, his fist uncontrollably swings towards Drederick. Although he is crying and apologizing, his hand just can't stop. Later, Lisa participates in the 12th annual Big Science Thing. On the stage, she asks why bullies like to pick on others.
Is it jealousy?
No, it's because of a chemical reaction. To verify this conclusion, she puts Francine in a cage.
I'd like to thank her parents for helping with the caging.
And sprays a bottle of the sweat of good students on herself. When Francine smells the odor, she becomes extremely angry. Lisa asks Professor Frink to turn on the switch of the cage. After the cage is opened, Francine rushes towards Lisa. At the crucial moment, Lisa sprays some mysterious liquid on herself, which stops Francine from bullying. The scientists in the audience all think that Lisa has invented some kind of bully repellent, but Lisa says it's just ordinary salad dressing because the salad dressing masks the smell of smart people. But suddenly, Francine starts to attack the scientists in the audience, and Lisa has run out of salad dressing. No one can stop her. It seems that smart people still can't escape the clutches of bullies. What happens when Lisa is bullied? The story begins with a new transfer student arriving at Springfield Elementary School. Lisa tries to make friends with her and goes up to say hello, but...
These are the countries that were roasted in Family Guy. In Season 1, Episode 2, Family Guy...
That's something good, man, to watch. Hey.
Reloading. Target spotted.
Don't.
Spike planted.
Passing.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh, was that important? Just let them try to catch me.
1, 5, 2. That's good enough. 1, 400. That's enough.
Aku agak tips Ji. Kalau pengen, kalau misalnya ada cewek kan, cewek, kok pengen aku PC. Satu cara.
Drop in a smoke.
No surprises. Scrap metal.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Alah, shine. Udah, Ray.
Kalau kita nggak ada di Valorant.
After Dr. Doom separates Bruce Banner and Hulk, Hulk kidnaps Bruce and kills him with a gamma bomb, finally being free of his control. Hulk would then travel the world and go on adventures like swimming.
Enemy spotted. B. Enemy spotted. B.
Nailed him.
Macam Jawa, cenderung ramah.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Here. Blocking sight. Okay, we're doing well, but keep focused. Adrenaline is a dangerous thing.
Swimming in volcanoes, climbing mountains, and battling giant squids. He finds himself in a random bar and buys a bunch of beer. He drinks it and realizes Wolverine was right about beer being good. However, Hulk wonders to himself if he has really found peace. Suddenly, he is punched out the building by Red She-Hulk.
Spike down A.
Spotted A.
Who questions him on the whereabouts of Bruce Banner. After a bunch of attacks, the Hulk finally admits that Bruce is dead, and he killed him. The battle rages on as Red She-Hulk blames him for abandoning and killing Bruce. However, Hulk doesn't care and proudly boasts about killing Bruce, so Red She-Hulk mocks him for thinking he's strong because he killed Puny Banner. Hulk says he didn't feel anything and strikes her away. She then grabs a gasoline truck and throws the entire thing on Hulk. Meanwhile, the villain, the Orb, is robbing a bank. However, he's not stealing money. He's taking away people's eyeballs. When the Orb and his henchmen walk out, Orb witnesses the fight and immediately vows to steal both Hulk's eyes as trophies. He approaches them and fires at them. The Hulk stop fighting and decide to team up on the Orb until he lays face down on the floor. Red She-Hulk asks the Hulk if he really did kill Bruce, but he says he isn't sure. She then grabs his face and they share a heartfelt kiss. Red She-Hulk begins to tear her clothes off as the Orb watches him. After a few hours, they lay together as the Hulk realizes he's finally found peace. However, the post-nut clarity transforms him back to Bruce Banner, and he celebrates banging his wife. After Dr. Doom separates Bruce Banner and Hulk, Hulk kidnaps Bruce and kills him with a gamma bomb, finally being free of his control.
And test them again.
Funny dog. Too funny.
Need a drop. Gun here. Thanks.
Momento mudang. Mana caranya?
One suppressed.
One down.
All missiles away.
Sensor tripped. That way. My ult is ready.
One enemy
Up.
Spike down A.
OP please, OP.
They're done.
We can't stand around all day talking about killing them.
Or we just do it.
Ini ada catet gua. One time thing. Yep.
Control. Hulk would then travel the world and go on adventures like swimming in volcanoes, climbing mountains.
Locating targets.
Right here.
You are powerless. Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Spike planted.
Like I never left.
Up.
Last player standing.
I got your back.
Careful, they might get up.
You know, from the front. Need a drop. Need a drop. Thanks.
Have a job. Thank you. By any means necessary. Right here.
Drone going out.
Someone's mid.
Two suppressed.
Right here.
Ada sih cuman nggak.
No surprises. No surprises. Multiple targets A. Target spotted A.
Stay down. You had your fun.
Spike down A.
Block the site.
Drop in a stride.
Night.
Spike planted.
ultimate is ready.
What?
Defuse the spike.
You defuse.
Aye, where to?
I got a drop. Thank you. I can use a drop. Thank you. Right here. Over there. Right here.
Watching here.
Here.
Watching here.
Locating targets. Drone is down.
Hi!
Head semua loh.
Mountains and battling giant squids. He finds himself. Who is Nemesis? Matthew Anderson was only 10 when his drug dealer parents were framed by corrupt cops for the murder of 9 people. On his 10th birthday, his parents were arrested and he was forced to watch them get executed. Matthew was sent to foster care, but escaped and traveled the world, learning the ways of criminals and stealing, barely living off of pickpocketing people. He was mentored by a master who taught him everything about fighting. Matthew's master exploited his desire for revenge on the officers who framed his parents until one day he finally returns to Los Angeles to take revenge on the corrupt cop turned mayor and his accomplices who framed his parents. He becomes Nemesis and commits acts that make Joker and Reverse Flash look like heroes. He once impregnates the police chief's daughter with the sperm of her gay brother and made it impossible to attempt an abortion. He also hired a minor to seduce a pilot before blackmailing the pilot to kill people. He then uses the footage of her killing people to blackmail her even further until he makes her fly a whole plane into a bunch of soldiers in Los Angeles while he and his goons take over the entire city. After terrorizing LA, he goes on Instagram Live and puts a 10K bounty on every cop in Los Angeles, encouraging people to kill them for rewards. One time he hijacked the president's plane in the middle of a flight and kills the pilots before attempting to recreate 9/11. Eventually he finds one of the corrupt cops and breaks into her house. Maggie sips on her alcohol and tells him she always knew he was going to come back for revenge sooner or later. Nemesis tells her she seems relaxed for a woman who's about to die, and she asks him if he can make it quick, but he reveals to her he laced her alcohol
Careful here. I can't use that.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Gila lo kena headshot. Lagi terbang. They might rotating.
and he's gonna burn her alive while she'll be too paralyzed to even scream. He forces two innocent old citizens to pour the gasoline before he finally lights the apartment on fire. He walks out the building and finally meets face to face with the corrupt mayor, who was the cop who came up with the idea to frame Nemesis's parents. He shoots him twice and later straps him to a nuclear bomb under the streets of Los Angeles. He broadcasts everything to the entire world and forces the mayor to admit all of his crimes and all his corruption in front of the entire city. In the end, Nemesis would finally get his revenge by burying the mayor alive with the corpses of his own parents. Who is Nemesis? Matthew Anderson was only 10 when his drug dealer parents were framed by corrupt cops for the murder of 9 people. On his 10th birthday, his parents were arrested and he was forced to watch them get executed. Matthew was sent to foster care, but escaped and traveled the world, learning the ways of criminals and stealing, barely living off of pickpocketing people. He was mentored by a master who taught him everything about fighting. Matthew's master exploited his desire for revenge on the officers gangsters who framed his parents, until one day he finally returns to Los Angeles to take revenge on the corrupt cop turned mayor and his accomplices who framed his parents. He becomes nemesis and commits acts that make Joker and Reverse Flash look like heroes. He once impregnates the police chief's daughter with the sperm of her gay brother and made it impossible to attempt an abortion.
After bailing Odin out of prison, Thor informs him that his hammer had gotten stolen from him by someone called the God of Hammers. The two therefore decided to head to the realm of the dwarves who crafted Mjolnir to see if they can track it down. But by the time they got there, the whole place was a disaster with all dwarves being dead, all caused by Mjolnir. Thor prepared a burial for the dwarves, but then out of nowhere him and Odin were teleported to Jotunheim, where Loki informs them that Mjolnir has been leading a storm for the past while, essentially causing as much destruction as possible through all the realms. Loki states that this God of Hammers...
You want to play? Let's play.
Barrier deployed. No escape. No peeking.
Target down. Skedaddle off. Right here.
30 seconds left.
You are
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
I can't use that.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me those back.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Listen up, you muckers. If I don't get back up, just give me a nudge. I might not be ready to take a wee kip.
Gracias.
Hammer's being is supposed to reshape the entire world according to what he's read. However, Sif then showed up to teleport Thor, showing him that
Drone going out.
Spike down A.
Reloaded.
Got the bomb.
Watch your eyes.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
My turn.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
The ultimate is ready.
Could you get my up? No, in my map, behind you.
that Earth also has been attacked by Mjolnir, and so having enough, Thor gathers all his power to call Mjolnir to his side, only for it to beat him up before revealing itself as a being of pure energy called the God of Hammers.
Last
It
round
sends him
in the
flying into
half.
a lake where he just couldn't move until he burned the lake dry with lightning. He summoned the lightning blade and fought back, but was just absolutely humiliated, ready to be killed until Odin intervened. Sif then teleported the hammer away to a place that's past the point of existence. But Mjolnir came back flying straight into Odin's back, ultimately enraging Thor as he simply asks it why it's doing this. And that's when the hammer finally explains that this was all Thor's fault, because after Jane Foster threw it in the sun, Thor never came back for it, leaving it to burn alone.
Drone is down.
Dude, why they never go on my side? My fucking god.
This is how it ends.
Attack lah.
Dead.
Ammunition.
Spike planted.
One down.
One side. Under.
Flash.
One enemy remaining.
Nice one.
And there it ended up bonding with the spirit of Mangog, and after hearing that, Beta Ray Bill rounded up about every hero he knew and came to help Thor. Not a single one of them was able to lay a scratch on Mangog, as he then hits them with an energy blast, humbling them all. So wanting to protect them, Thor generated an energy tornado that separated him, Odin, and Mjolnir from everybody else, where Odin then died, ultimately passing down the Odin Force to Thor, transforming him completely. Thor eventually gets back to the battle and contacts Sif to use the Sword of the Bifrost and wrap Mjolnir up to teleport it to the place where it was created, as he then ultimately takes control of it and smashes it so hard that he had to sleep for 4 months straight, only to wake up and see it put back together even more powerful with Odin's soul inside of it. After bailing Odin out of prison, Thor informs him that his hammer had gotten stolen from him by someone called the God.
Come on, man.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
Offside.
All missiles away. Going up. Reloading.
Blocking sight.
Offside.
One close.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Out of hammers. The two therefore.
Natty or not on your favorite celebrity? First up, we got John Cena.
Not Natty.
I mean, John Cena, you can't see him, but I can see that he's clearly not natural. Next up, we got Henry Cavill.
He's actually natural.
You
Probably
think?
the only Superman, Super Marvel's character that's actually natural.
I disagree with you. I think he's a bit too big, man. Next up, we have another potential black natural athlete, and this is Michael Hearn.
Michael Hearn is definitely not natural. He's only on buckets, but I consider those to be performance-enhancing drugs.
There's zero chance he's natural, like absolutely zero. Next up, we have... Who is...
I got the spike. Here.
All missiles away.
Reload. Reloading. Dropping smokes. Right here.
Pelan.
Reloading. Gun here. Spike carrier is killed.
Spike down
I got
B.
the spike. Those hard blast.
All missiles away.
Mid-side.
Last player standing.
Planted.
Who's that one Minecraft YouTuber who used to do the prison escape videos?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Oh, wow, he's doing his idea in real life now. Okay.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, he's in prison.
Really? Why?
Kids.
Like,
Okay.
minor?
Let's
Minor.
go.
I don't think I'm
I got
understanding.
things to
Let's
do.
just say 10 years ago, he would have really liked you.
Oh, okay. What about that SMP group?
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Why?
I think some of them are weirdos.
Maybe not.
It's just safe to assume.
All right.
Oh, what about that diamond minecart guy? He's actually a normal guy.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say he was a criminal too.
No, this video is gonna end on a good note because sometimes in life, we all just need a little good in our warm tummies.
Who?
Blocking movement.
Locating target. One suppressed.
Got it here.
See ya.
That was clean. Grenade is live. Sentate.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate is ready.
Everyone is off, Daisy.
This should be simple enough. I flush them out, you finish them.
Need a drop. Need a drop.
There.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Thanks.
Locating target.
This is how we end.
All missiles Grenade is live.
One close.
Right, my ult's ready.
Spike down B.
Sensor destroyed.
Low.
One side, one snowman.
One enemy remaining.
This can side.
Low. Close.
Under, I think. Not on the top.
I got the spike. Block the sight.
Cut noise. We don't rotate, just cut noise.
No peeking.
30 seconds left.
We plan on 20.
Kamu dari laut ya?
Cover me.
Spike planted.
Snowman.
No charges left.
Nice one.
Reloading.
Y'all better keep up. I need a drop.
I have extra money if anyone needs.
Cheers. Who is that one Minecraft YouTuber who used to do the
Here's how to hit your driver super far every time.
The hole.
Pause for a second to load up your full power.
The Happy Gilmore.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
Drop in a storm. Hi! I'm hit!
Okay.
Drop in a storm. Enemy kill.
One enemy remaining.
One was mid.
Ammunition.
Maybe flank.
Match point.
This is it.
Let's go.
Drone going out.
Going up.
Missiles away.
You can hold that, guys, if you want.
Reload him. Flash! Someone's B.
Target down. Target
spotted B.
– 30 seconds left.
Target spotted.
Safe, safe. Be safe, be safe. Plan.
Last player standing. 10 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Nice shot, PG.
Attackers win.
Yeah, not bad.
The key it high and let it fly.
Yeah, why don't you tee off the front tees next time?
Why don't you shut up? You can't hit it nearly as far as me.
Oh yeah? Long drive contest. You versus me.
Done.
Welcome to the long drive contest. Garrett's up first. He takes a swing. Wow, what a shot! Up next is Chushington. Gets ready. Takes a swing. Oh my god! Unbelievable! It's gone all the way around the world and back! Oh, and 1 yard for Chushington. Garrett is our winner!
Here's how to hit your driver super far.
Do you guys have batteries? Yeah, aisle 7 on the left. Hello? No, boss, I can't come in today. I already told you. Ty, what the hell are you doing on your phone? Sorry, my boss. No, I didn't. No, my other boss. Other boss? Yeah, from my other job. I'm sorry, you have another job? Yeah, obviously. How is that obvious? Because you know what you pay me. All right, well, none of this is my concern, so no more phone calls, and get back to work. Ty. Oh, you gotta be kidding. What's the deal with you hanging up on? What the hell? Who are you? His boss? What? No, I'm his boss. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Oh my God. Boss, what? You each individually pay me like dog. And so in order to survive in this price gouge society, I need to work for both of you. Wow, okay, Debbie Downer. So unless one of you wants to start paying me a living wage, I'm going to continue to have more than one boss. Sound good? Yeah, I guess.
He's paying a living wage.
Hey, Tom, come on. I need you back in the office right now. What the hell? Who's this guy now? This is also my boss. What? Boss?
Match
boss?
found.
Meet boss. He also pays me like. Do you guys have batteries? Yeah, aisle 7 on the left. Hello? No, boss, I can't come in.
Oh, it's called way type shit.
Don't try. I do.
Welcome everyone, it's Chobra, and we are now nearing the end of Stage 1. VCG China just wrapped up their regulation week, and now they're heading into playoffs with the top 8 teams. So let's do a quick review of what happened in this last week, and more importantly, what we can look forward to in the brackets with my very own pick'ems of the top 8 teams to see who's going to Masters Toronto from China. Let's dive right in. This last week was a bit of a weird one overall, but I just want to mention that I'm going to try not to weigh too much on some of these, I guess, upsets, as we could call them, just because it's like if I believed in the team and what they were building for the whole stage, I don't want to put too much weight on the one small sample size, even though if it is the most recent one. So just bear that in mind. So I don't think there's really too much to cover on every single match, but just to remind everyone kind of what happened, JDG versus XLG was the very first match of the week, and XLG does win out on this, as they should. It is a 2-1 scoreline, and I think there's half and half here for that scoreline, because XLG still not one of the more consistent teams in China, right? They generally have quite an up and down. Some of their players take a lot of time to warm up into a best of 3. Notably, you know, one of their best players, Happy Way, I think has some real stinkers sometimes, or just matches where even if he's getting kills, they're not impact kills. So it's not too surprising. But on the flip side, I do want to give JDG a small shout out, because I do think they've been cleaning up just a bit, right? They've been struggling to figure out how they're going to work with Stu if he's not just, you know, Stu go kill mode, and they've kind of tried both sides this stage, I would say, on different maps and different comps, and slowly but surely I do think they're coming into their own on, okay, how do we want to build around this team? How do we want to make sure we can clean things up? Obviously it's still got a ways to go, but therefore them taking the map I don't think is too shocking. This was the Icebox, it should also be mentioned. JDG picks the Icebox where they take the map 13-11, so very close, but XLG, you know, they only have one win on Icebox so far, and it was against Wolves, but the other two times, one is this loss against JDG, and then the other time was the very first week when they were experimenting with the solo waylay, and they kind of pivoted away from that pretty quickly. So I don't think there's any cause for alarm, but just wanted to give a small little shout out to JDG on just saying I think we might be seeing a beginning to some improvement on this team. Next up was DRG versus Tai Lu, and this one was a bit of a weird one because
Be right back.
Out! Last player standing. Spike planted.
Don't miss it too much. You know the drill. Gear up and get back out there. I don't want any sass about it.
Tai Lu actually ends up winning this match 2-1, and notably for DRG, no plus 25 for Vukashu, no win. It's honestly, it still baffles me that this is something that he can just say, you know, publicly on social media. Vukashu does seem pretty confident.
Gonna fall back here. Yep.
Oh my god.
Spike down A. Spike planted.
Last trap destroyed.
Last player standing.
Hold. Hold. Nice one.
No peeking. I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
Now we've been on his own on social media, and it generally on.
Can you help me this Can you help me destroy the hound?
There.
Fate recon. Destroy the fate recon.
Let's kill this competition.
Here.
Launching
back in a flash.
Spike down A.
Rip and tear. Thorns down.
I want to leave. Reloading.
Oh shit.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Last sheriff.
Spike down A.
On stage, obviously, we can't read into it too much, but the team does seem to have pretty good vibes. Like the team's always like really hyping up Vukashu whenever he gets clutches and stuff. So I don't think they mind too much, right? I think it's all in good jest. But it is kind of true, right? If Vukashu can't hard carry, then they struggle a little bit. And if he does hard carry, sometimes the rest of his teammates can also perform better because obviously he's creating a lot more space. So that doesn't happen in this best of 3. Now, how worrying is that for DRG? I mean, it's not too worrying. I will say, because this fracture was a bit of a beating from Tai Lu, you do have to wonder if, okay, like if DRG's already kind of at their limits in terms of getting red and getting targeted, you know, you might sneak in an upset or, you know, 1 or 2 maps here with the carry power of Vukashu, but otherwise, maybe it's not going to go so well because it was a 13-5 scoreline. DRG starting on the attack on that one. And I was a little disappointed just because I do think overall, like, I gave credit, you know, a couple weeks back on Spirit Z1 looking pretty solid as a good primary duelist, right? Can really, especially in this solo Yoru meta, I think he does okay when you have someone like Vukashu. They have Vukashu playing things like the ISO now on Haven, which I think really, really fits the team. And overall, DRG's not a bad team, but they are a little bit one-dimensional at times, and they get bailed out a lot by some of these hero plays.
I'll not lose to these bears.
Don't miss me too much.
Mark 2. Got him.
My calculator.
Further alive. Further alive.
Careful rotating. Maybe, I don't know.
Grounded.
Don't pick.
Enemy spotted. A. Typical.
"30 seconds left.
Flash trap destroyed.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Nice and slow now. Find you. Gonna fall back here. Save the day. Out.
Finally. This is how I like to win.
Now we wait.
Back at it. Doing a thing. Bye-bye.
Face your fear!
Nice and slow.
Last player standing.
Oh, what's that shot?
And I think
Spike
that
planted.
will always catch up to them unless they can continuously find more consistency
Get out
in
of
their
my
game
way.
plan where they can set themselves up for success. On the side of Ty Lu, though, big win. Obviously, you know, their stage is over. They won't be in the playoffs, but a very big win, I would say, for them. One thing to note is that Scales was playing in place as 5CM. I'm not quite sure on if there was any particular reason stated for that one, but we'll have to keep our eye on if that's meant to be like a full change in the starting roster or if it was just kind of a trial thing for this last week since you're already out of playoffs or whatever else it might be. Slowly continues to be the best player on Ty Lu, you know, playing that info initiator most of the times. So obviously that's a player to watch out for on the side of Ty Lu going into
Doing a thing. Bye-bye.
You should run.
Ay, ay, ay.
Thorns activated. We'll catch them. Close in time.
You had your fun. My turn. Don't minute.
Reloading. Enemy A.
Sorry,
Enemy A.
win.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Drop in a smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Got 3.
You know, I could just outlive.
Nah, bullets are quicker.
Now we
Can you
win.
destroy Fatal Gun?
Blinding threat.
Dia ada skateboard kan lagi?
Nice work.
Launching thorns.
Back in a flash. Later.
Spike down A.
No peeking.
Swords activated.
Hey, take one.
Rain. Wait. Go away.
Line them up! I'm going in!
Spike planted.
No bother.
One enemy
Be
remaining.
right back.
Last player standing.
No peeking. Here, catch!
Clutch.
Race into the spike sites.
Now we wait. Flash placed.
Launching thorns.
Don't miss me too much.
Headshot.
The hunt begins.
Enemy flashing. Enemy spotted A. Marked one.
There.
Blinding. We found one.
30 seconds left.
Slow down.
Enemy
Like
down.
I never left.
What the fuck? Kok bisa kalah sih?
One enemy remaining.
Here,
10
last.
seconds left. Spike planted.
No, no, don't lose this.
Drop in a smoke. Face your fear!
Last player standing. I'll isolate the problem. You crush it. Reloading.
To stage 2 in the future. Wolves Esports versus All Gamers, not too much to say here. 2-1 win for Wolves. I do think that's not what you want to see. You do want to see a 2-0, but they won, and you know, they dropped a map. I want to say, not to take really anything too much away from All Gamers, but that is a little bit more about Wolves than about All Gamers. So a little bit concerning. It was Fracture, which I think historically Wolves haven't looked great on. Like, they've never really looked that convincing on Fracture, in my opinion. And with All Gamers, I just want to say, I'll be honest, I mean, I'm just not... There's nothing really for me to latch onto for this team, right? I'm not really seeing a clear storyline. I'm not really seeing any type of clear color. I still don't know what the rest of, what's going on with the roster here and who's eventually going to play what. Is it going to be rotations? Is it always just a second line that they can submit at any match or whatever? I have no idea what's going on. So all I wish for All Gamers for stage 2 is just give me something to latch onto. Like, even if teams are bad, like, I want there to be a story to watch out for. I want to be interested to some extent, right? Even if sometimes it's a little bit of hate watching, but for All Gamers, it's like there really isn't much here. So that's, I think, something they'll have to figure out, is just their identity, really, going in. Because right now, they're not all gaming at all. So hopefully they can figure that out for stage 2. The next one. A decently big deal, I would say. This might be perhaps the most interesting one for me, because Bilibili Gaming played Trace Esports, and PLG was the only undefeated team remaining in VCT China. They were locked in the first seed no matter what in Group Omega. So, this doesn't really matter for them. So I'm not expecting them to pull out all the stops or not. But obviously on the flip side for Trace, it was a lot of disappointment just all year, quite frankly, after kickoff. So the real question was, can they show some signs of hope going into the playoffs? And they did by making a roster change. So they picked up and announced Meaty, a new player on their roster, the previous week.
Get out of my way! There. Need backup. You should run.
Oh.
Slowing them down. Back in a flash.
There, take them!
Spike planted. Last player player standing.
One downside to being immortal. I can't play dead.
And people are wondering, okay, what's going on here? Like, are you subbing him in? Like, who's getting benched? Or is that someone just to be on the bench to maybe, you know, kind of give some motivation, you know, to some of the players that they might be considering? Is it just in case? Is it future-proof? Whatever. And then they tell us exactly what it is that Feng Feng gets benched here for the last week. And they have Meaty playing in place of it. Now, Meaty individually does not, like, perform out of his mind. You know, it's...
Wall trick. Going down.
I don't have any.
Last player standing.
It's not like he's doing anything crazy, but he does play the Teo. And he only the Teo across this entire best of 3. And that is something that Feng Feng was struggling with a little bit, right? Where it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't exactly what you would want from your Teo player. So it does seem like maybe this is going to be a change that they're moving forward with. And this is now allowing BNK to really just focus on being this lurker for most of the time. Hey Babe kind of playing that flash initiator for most of the time. Obviously, they swap back and forth on split, with Hey Babe playing the Viper. But perhaps this gives a little bit more comfort. Now, overall...
Class placed.
Where are they?
Be right back. Spike down A.
Could you smoke me?
Shame.
Gak mati. Terlalu airnya. Tangan tuh bisa begitu tremor.
"30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Drop in a smoke.
Slow down. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Well, this match was pretty weird because it was just one-sided all throughout. The losing team on any of these maps never got more than 5 rounds. So it was a very, very streaky game. But I just want to give a big shout out to Trace. Is it enough for me to believe in him again? I mean, no, it's only one match. But because it's a roster change and sometimes just that one person, whether it's chemistry, comms, whether it's just not having to worry about the util, whatever else it might be, the one small change can have a big domino effect, as we've seen. So I am very curious to see how this is going to pan out. I am quite curious because I am not entirely convinced yet. I do want to mention this may not be correct, just because sometimes the API can be a little bit iffy for
Don't miss it.
There's that.
Reloading.
Take hold.
Planted.
Nail.
Reloading.
Be right back.
Bring them down.
One enemy remaining.
How'd you think that was gonna end? I'm out.
Wash up, man. Keep fighting. Rest is over. I'm gonna save.
Gambe ini aku bilang. Gambe. Gambe itu dah.
The China games, but Luo King has a 100% KAST in this match, which wouldn't be too shocking. We have seen this happen time and time again, and especially for controllers generally, if your smokes are pretty good, you're racking up assists, it shouldn't be too hard. But he's also fragging out, and I think Luo King is definitely one of the guys to be looking out for on.
Doing a thing.
Where are we?
Later.
Waktu yang tersisa tinggal 5 menit.
Reloading. Reloading.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. They have courage. That's no one is immune to fear.
I love this part.
Flash place. Flashing.
Our Spectarian's killed. I got the spike.
Spike down. C.
Dropping smokes. Reloading.
Last player standing. Spike down. C.
Gitu Pak.
Team Ace.
Goblok banget coy. Bentar aja.
Trace, despite them having these ups and downs, I think he's always been pretty consistent. Surprisingly enough, I guess, Heibe's actually been one of the fraggers this stage in stage 1. And I think that's good news, right? He's not IGLing anymore, and a lot of people wondered, like, what value would he be bringing? And he's bringing a decent amount of value, especially, you know, whenever he's able to play things like the Viper. His lurks are still pretty good as well. Kai is always Kai, mechanically very good. I do think sometimes he was playing some solo queue during the stage 1, but he is also good enough to do that, at least.
Gonna fall back here.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
No peeking.
There. Spike planted. My ult is ready.
Oh, this reminds me of this one time where I
He's within the regional league, so I think he gets a little bit of a pass. BNK, of course, is an IGL. I think a lot of people have always liked a decent amount. And then Midi, we'll have to keep an eye on, but it seems like he's doing his job, and that's all really Trace needed for them to upgrade. On the flip side for BLG, sure, they weren't going to pull out all the stops for this one, but they, I think, still struggle a little bit with some adjusting.
Target down.
Gonna fall back here. One enemy remaining.
Quite planted.
Last player standing.
Right, I think they have pretty good plans. I think they have pretty good foundations, but the adjustment period does seem to be quite slow for them in game. So that's something that we'll have to keep an eye out for DLG. But I would say that they're still one of the stronger teams going into playoffs. And then the last day, also quite an interesting day. Tiny Esports Club versus Nova Esports, and Tech. They're on the up and up. They're getting revved up to maybe
Reloading.
Back in a flash. Hitting the brakes.
The hunt begins.
Where are you? Reloading.
even go on a run. Because they beat Nova 2-0. See, if this was 2-1, I don't know if you would read into it too much. But it being a 2-0, and, just having these shining moments from some of the individuals on Tech as well. RB had that sick clutch where he's, picking up the operator, and we're seeing him up again, and he's looking confident on it, things like that. Overall, it seems like Tech is starting to find their stride, and I honestly think, not to really single anybody out, but if Luke doesn't overheat, I think Tech may be a pretty decent team at this point within China. Now, on the Nova side, it was a little surprising because I think, overall, the Fracture was a pretty good map for them, I would say. And, they pick into the split as well, which I think they should have been pretty confident on. You're playing the Deadlock Vice, that's always pretty decent. But at the end of the day, they did have to start an attack, so if you're not able to get in, obviously the double seven doesn't really shine too much. I do think the Deadlock Vice is a variation that can do quite well on defense compared to the old Cypher Law. So, and especially on Split, obviously the map kind of favors that as well. But still at 2-0, I'm not going to count it against Nova too much. I still believe in what they've shown us and with this all-Chinese roster. But on the side of Tech, it's like, okay. Like, are you guys finding your pace? Because a lot of people would love to see that. There's some big fan favorites in the roster, right? Some old school fan favorites here on the starting roster. So this is exciting times for Titan Esports Club. And last but not least, what a finale to have for the regular stage. EDG.
Back like I never left.
Last player standing.
Mark 2. No charges. I'll find you. Bring them down. Bring them down.
Versus FPX, and unfortunately EDG is just built different. They're just meant to win. They're just meant to be number one. Nova loses Forum against Titan Esports. They beat FPX.
Guys. Sayang. Air.
Spekter anjir. Gak apa-apa.
Things are looking dandy, and EDG shoot up to first seed in the group somehow, despite looking, you know, a little bit shaky, I would say. And they will be moving on. Meanwhile, FPX, listen, I got nothing more to say. I was very excited for this team in week 1 from what they've shown us. For Pacific viewers, it kind of feels like a global esports type of situation where week 1, you know, sure, weaker opponent, but looks really convincing. Like, the fundamentals are there, the comms look good, the game plan looks good. It's like, okay, even if you meet stronger teams, like, you should be able to get 2-1s or 1-2s, and you should always be like a contender and making good games. And then after week 1, we just don't see any of it for whatever reason. Most likely out of game reasons, right? Because something is breaking down here. But they look a little lost. They're not adapting. They don't have very good snap decisions. They don't have good defaults and rotation timings. Overall, it looks pretty rough for FPX. And unfortunately, they are now out of the group stage. So shout out to the viewer who called me out for getting excited after one game, because clearly that was the exception and not the rule. Maybe the IGLing and calling structure is something they need to revisit, because it's just not happening for FPX. On the side of EDG, for those who generally follow the scene, you'll know that EDG has been going through a lot in regards to their recent roster change with Simon being benched. I think the saga continues, and it does sound like overall they've kind of come to terms privately, and they've kind of sorted things out. Last I saw, it sounded like Simon apologized for his behavior, after the fact, which kind of lines up with what I assumed. I just want to kind of put this out there, is that when I first saw all of these reports come up about, Simon and the team and their kind of disgruntlement back and forth, it really did seem like it was a very clear case of, okay, like, one or more people didn't know how to handle certain situations or certain stress or certain communication, back and forth, and it kind of had a spiral effect on from that. So it does sound like that was the case. Hopefully they can kind of put things behind them. Hopefully Simon is able to get back on his feet down the road as well, because I did really like what he showed us as a player. So hopefully he'll get another shot in the future. Most likely on a different roster, because it sounds like, this is one where you're like, okay, we can be friends again, but it might be hard to work together again. But that's for them to decide. But in either case, for EDG fans, right, if you're a fan of the team, I think it's good news, right? If they say they've sorted things out, like, good. At least the dust has settled. They can focus on the game. You don't ever have to have that asterisk of like, oh, but what if it's because they were like really bothered by this? Like, you can take that out the window now. And now we can focus on how do they look. And GNE7, one of the things that I had mentioned was, okay, well, one thing's clear, he does play more agents, right? He is more flexible. Now, he didn't always play them, but at least he learned them for this team, and he plays them good enough. But obviously the team sees the potential that he can grow further. So we'll keep an eye on that. I do think we're seeing it bit by bit, you know, nothing too crazy where we're like, whoa, the next coming of Kong Kong. Like, we're not seeing that from Gianni, but he does look like someone who's going to put in the work to grow into the roles that the team needs, which I think would help EDG tremendously, because you do have an amazing asset in someone named Kong Kong. So, you know, why not try to bolster that as much as you can while he's still playing on the starting roster? Overall, this does mean, you know, Kong Kong is now playing things like the ISO, and Gianni can be, you know, the Neon kind of a la DRX, right, where you're having someone else play a double duelist with you so you can focus on the fragging. Then Kong Kong can go back to the Neon on the fracture, things like that. Not a complete wash in any case. It's somewhat streaky, I would say, on the board. But overall, I mean, this was probably a very big confidence boost for EDG. Just kind of a reminder of like, yeah, no, we're #1 in China. Like, we're going to do it again. We're going to go into playoffs. You don't really have to worry about too much. And FPX, we will see. Oh, I should mention Shrimp was subbed back in as well. So instead of XII. So that was interesting because Shrimp was benched the previous week. So not quite sure what's going on with FPX out there. It does seem like they want to sort some more things out on the roster. So we'll see what shows up in stage 2. So with that said, what are we expecting in the brackets? Who are the 3 teams that will be moving on for China? So let's go through this in probably mostly order. We'll do upper bracket first, and then we'll go down to the lower bracket. Titan Esports versus Wolf Esports. I'm going to give Titan Esports Club the edge here. I just do not believe enough in Wolves to shore up their inconsistencies and some of their weaknesses, right, where they are a little bit one-dimensional in their game plan. But I think Titan Esports Club, they look like they're finding their pace. They're feeling more comfortable in the positions that they're, you know, the roles they're playing. Their comms seem to be a bit cleaner. They're not, you know, trying weird kind of hero plays. And also, they have the momentum right now. They're feeling good. They started to really look much better, like much improved in the later half of the stage. So I give Titan Esports Club the edge here. I don't think it's, you know, if I had to give a percentage, I'd say it's, you know, maybe a 60-40 in my mind, maybe even a 55-45, just because I don't know how much faith I really have in either team, but I do give them a slight edge. It's not like a 50-50 and giving a punt. Moving on to XOG versus Nova. As much as I am an XOG believer, and I love what they're showing, the potential that they have as an Ascension team, a couple of their players look very promising. It does look like they are, you know, trying to make sure that they're playing with Rarga more as a team rather than using Rarga simply as a weapon, if that makes sense. So that's all good news. And even though Nova lost in their last week to Tech, I don't want to take that away too much from Nova. I've really liked what they've shown. I think they are one of the more promising prospects of VCT China this whole year. I think it looks very promising. They've got some star players, right? The likes of CB and Guang. You've got some very consistent players like Azir. They have the recipe there, and they've shown that they know what to do with it. I would actually give this a pretty convincing, like, 65-35 here in favor of Nova Esports. Then we move on to the upper finals. So these would be qualifying matches into Masters Toronto. You make it to the upper or lower finals, one of the finals, and you're good to go. You're in the top 3. You will be flying to an international tournament. BLG versus Titan Esports Club could be an interesting match, but I think BLG, you already had first seed locked in. Again, this is another case of I'm not going to take away too much from this. Obviously, Trace had a roster change as well, so maybe we give a little bit more credit to them. It was very streaky on both sides, so that's not great. But I don't know if Titan Esports Club is going to be good enough to snowball that hard to just not give BLG breathing room. On the side of EDG versus Nova, listen, I mean, you have to give it to EDG, right? Nova's been looking better. Yes, Nova beat EDG in the group stage, but therefore I don't think EDG is going to let that happen again. Especially with everything happening now, I can only imagine EDG is really nose to the grindstone. Like, we're not letting anything get in the way. We're not giving the fans any room to try to pick us apart for, you know, nonsense reasons. I have to imagine that drive is going to be there for EDG. Now, there is, of course, the notion that sometimes EDG they just fumble it in the upper bracket. You know, when they have an extra chance, they just kind of say, whoops. They're kind of like Gen G, though, you know, of 2024. They're like, well, we have another shot, and then they have to be pushed to the edge where they're like, oh, actually, no, we are the best, and then they go on a run. So that could still happen. No matter what, I expect them to be making it all the way through. But, you know, on paper, unless you want to just kind of try to build that storyline, I think you have to give the edge to EDG here. Going down to the lower bracket then, since we already have two teams going to Toronto. Wolves versus DRG. An interesting one. But I'm going to give DRG the edge here. Listen, DRG is not a team that I think will, especially when they have to make a lower bracket run, I think that's pretty tough for them. I don't expect them to get far, but I expect that carry potential to come through. Wolves is also not a very deep team in terms of playstyle and strat focus gameplay. So I think the fragging power kind of matches and should be enough to carry DRG through. The map draft will be very important in this one because I think both teams have some very clear strong maps and weaker maps. So it could come down to the draft, but if all things go as planned, I think DRG should be able to set Vukushu up for success to be able to beat most of the Wolves roster. SOG versus Trace, an interesting one indeed. Part of me wants to start believing in Trace again, just because it's like, okay, you know what, one small roster change, we've seen this before. You know, it's won some teams championships, so could it be what they needed? Maybe. I'm not going to be surprised if Trace wins this, but small sample size, and this is kind of a punt for XLG, because I really like what they've been working on. Obviously, you know, as someone who's part of another Ascension team, I really do, you know, kind of cheer for a lot of the other Ascension teams in other regions as well. But XLG has a good, they have a good recipe. They just need a little bit more, and I really do think it's, if they can really tie Rarga into the bigger game plan better. And they do seem to be working on it, so I trust in them to do that. I'm like, not even a 55-45, honestly. It might be a 50-50, because I can't shake the feeling that Trace is going to look pretty good with Meaty on the roster. But small sample size and all that, I give the edge to XLG. Moving right on forward. Nova Esports versus DRG. Listen, DRG, you cannot just solo carry through a lower bracket. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, this was one that Nova Esports did lose, right? They lost to DRG in regulation. Quite unfortunate. But again, you know, rematch. I don't think Nova should be letting that happen. Now, the one thing you have to consider here is that this is a classic case of, was starting in the upper bracket any better for you, right? Because you actually had to play 2 matches and drop down, depending on how they do the schedule. It might even be a worse schedule for you. So if you were going to play DDG anyway, like maybe DRG has an advantage here in terms of being able to prep for it. Could be true, but I think just consistency.
Get out of my way!
Who's next?
New stage in 10. No distraction.
Satchel out.
Final stage.
you worry a thing. I'll tell you I love you more. It's stuck with you forever, so promise you won't let it go. I'll trust the universe will always bring me to you. Imagine if I were young, on that wonder moonlight skies with you. I think I'll picture us, you with the rain, the ocean stars. I'll leave my heart with your hand, so let me fly with you. Will you be forever with me?
Like, yes, DRG beat Nova, but I don't know why I even have to say this so much. I think Nova's just a more solid team, right? Whereas DRG is standout players with okay game plans. So I'm going to give the edge to Nova. But this one, yeah, it's not any more than a 60-40. I'll give Nova a 60. I'm a pretty big Nova esports believer, honestly. I think a lot of Nova fans will be happy to hear that. But watching them, if I were to pick another team to kind of rise into the fold for VCT China, I think Nova is, well, they're definitely in the list, but they might even be at the top of that list, quite frankly. Chinese Sports versus XLG. This one, I think, this is where, listen, it's another 50-50, but I got to give it to XLG on this one. Hold on, I might have to change my mind on this, because I was pretty set on giving XLG a bit of a storyline here, but I wonder if the just pure... This is such an experience gap between these two rosters, if you think about it. You've got people here that have been to multiple international...
Dua initiate juga boleh, Bang?
Nggak bisa, Bang, nggak bisa.
Enak itu nanti ulti B-nya, Bang, Tejo, Bang. Asik. Kalau ngerasa maksudnya.
Dua sini inisiator.
Iya.
Oke.
Ada pressure sih. Ya udah lah ya.
It's the first time and I'm kinda thinking like overthink like how I use properly the util, how I can manage properly the TP.
Already had the shear wall popped earlier. That's a little bit I mean, of a no-no.
Yeah, DRX had no idea it was an op, and they were thinking that possibly, it might have been the over-rotation onto the A site, so now they're being kept honest instead, especially with the dimension.
Gua nggak ada drone ya, Bang.
Oke, gua ada.
Turret out.
Rekan dekat.
Right here. Scanning ahead. Found them.
Reloading. Locating target.
Kanan. Dua kanan.
Si Lena tuh 80.
Spike down A.
Reloading.
Backset.
Last player standing.
Banget, so.
So Drift now spotting out that there is nobody except Estrella on towards tiles. Boom should be prepared for this A hit. Dust9, however, unfortunately finding minimal success. And Z-Slasher and Berserks will be able to chime in.
And they already knew where Estrella was, right? He was just spotted out by the ult over at B.
Famous.
And with 30 seconds to go, you know what this is. Podcast time. 30 seconds to just do whatever.
Weapons up.
For DRX to truly
Placing sentry.
Spike down A.
I got the spike.
Reloading.
Belum reload dia.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
Kabar.
Reloading.
Dragon gue nambah detik.
Gua siap smoke ya.
Atas satu ya, rafter atas.
Tunggu aja. Gua siap smoke.
Memek.
Udah gua smoke tuh.
Powers up.
Itu flank ya.
30 seconds left. Spike down A. Last player standing.
Ente bang.
start an epic. Got here off. Yeah. A possibility. Famous looking to repeat. Blindsides in his own. Oh, he couldn't get out. He gate crashes into his own. And that's going to be now onto the Frenzy. He still gets a two kill. So that's 2 for 1 now. Bane looking to recover. Steel Guard in hand as well. So,
but they can't get in.
Feels like they have to keep going in, but yes, they can't. Been blocked off, especially with that shear at hand. So Mako looking to take things into his own hands, but the Thorns will burn Estrella. Mako in with a stinger, tries to go in for the CQB, but it's not quite meant to be.
Dark Barrel spotted, by the way.
Bane now up. Swaps the angles on over onto CT where he knows the next threat would be, but the numbers not quite favoring him.
Right here.
Spike planted.
Yes, 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 yes.
Damage jetnya 5 anjir.
Enemy spotted.
Nice, nice.
He just
Reveal.